This is my longest video on the whole channel. This includes all my guides, all my tutorials for centers from the entire year, all in one spot. Beginner tutorial, comp tutorial, how to set screens, how to rebound, how to box out. We got a popper tutorial and a defensive tutorial for all my centers watching. To this day, I still get questions even though I have all the answers on my channel. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make a video for you guys, compiling everything I've done the whole year and put it in one spot for you guys to go through. I'm gonna have timestamps in the pinned comments and hopefully in the video as well. And you guys feel free to go through and enjoy everything. You could become a beginner center in this video and leave being a CEBA pro one day. All I ask, if you click this video, and I mean truly, take 1 second for me. Drop a like, drop a hype if you're on a phone, and leave a comment. Tell me what's the biggest tip you learned from me all year, and why do you play center on NBA 2K? If you like any video for the whole year, this is gonna be the one, man. This is a movie. This is the best one-spot shop for everything y'all need, man. I'm doing this for y'all. I decided to take all my information I ever gave to y'all, put it in one spot, and really help you guys out with this one. After you guys like this video, give it a hype. Feel free to watch the rest of it, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and thank you for making this channel what it is today. The gameplay loaded up for you guys. Without further ado, I'm gonna hop right into it, man. We ain't gonna bullshit y'all. We gonna get right to the nitty gritty, my man. So check this out. As a center, you must set screens, and when you set them, right here in this position is not where you want to set them. You want your back foot to be on the three-point line. When you set your screens, never be below the three-point line or halfway on it. I'm going to show you guys real quick where you should be. So right about here is where you want to be setting these screens, okay? So not below the three-point line, right about this height is where these screens need to be set. So I didn't line it up good the first time, but that's besides the point. When you set screens, please make sure you're doing it about a foot above the three-point line for your guards so they could get open and shoot the three. And also, whenever they use a screen and you clip him, it gives you more space because they're higher up. It gives you more space to get to the paint. So when the guard hits you, they got to cover more ground to get back to you. So we're going to go ahead and let this clip play out. Okay, do you see what I did? I let it play out one time. We're going to break that down. So here's what you guys need to be doing. When you set these screens, the first thing you need to do is make sure you hit the person you're screening. Make sure you line yourself up and make contact. That's the first thing. Now, if you see how the second defender is behind me and then the defender's guarding him, my job right now is to hit the defender guarding my PG. Now look, the second guy behind me steps up. So when you see him ever come up to your height, and the lock is also like they're basically level with you on the court, that is your cue to slip to the paint. Now, as I take this slip, the PG hits me a little late. So as you're slipping, pay attention to the court. Like you could basically slip right here and be like, all right, I'm going to go dunk the ball. I'm going to go dunk the ball. Now, guess what? You get the ball late. You're like, okay, I was going to go dunk the ball. You go up, there's a defender on you. Now you're like, oh no, what do I do? So what I do when I play, when I'm slipping to the paint, I know I'm going to the rim. Like, there's no reason for me to watch myself go to the rim. So as I'm slipping, I'm looking at my teammates. I'm like, okay, left corner's covered, right corner's covered. Look at the left hash. Look at the left wing. So I see him open. So I'm observing this as I'm rolling to the paint. Your job as a big man is if you don't get this dunk, you need to make the extra pass instantly. That will make you an elite big. If you can read the court as you're slipping, because right now it looks like you're trying to concentrate, but you know you're going to the rim. All you're doing is holding your stick and holding your turbo. So I call this dead time. So during your dead time, when you're doing something that's completely brain dead, read the court. So that's why when I touch this ball and he hits me late, when you get hit late on the slips, do not get frustrated. That's why I'm saying your guard isn't going to be perfect. So help him get open. And if he hits you late, instead of complaining, instead of getting mad, I'm already reading the court. I didn't get the ball yet. So I know in my head, all right, when I touch this, it's going to the left wing. Watch. I get it. It's an immediate pass. This could have been a wide open shot, but they do jump at it. If he didn't jump, that would have been an open shot. Would have been a great pass. And when you get boxed out, here's another thing too, guys. So when you get boxed out, I'm going to teach you guys how to swim box outs, right? So you guys might have to zoom in on the face scan or the face cam for this. So right now I'm boxed. The way box outs work, you're holding L2 during the whole process. All you have to do is, the game tells you to move your stick left and right, depending on which way you want to swim. But the game won't tell you this. I've been doing this for years. It is a great tactic. When you're boxed out and you're holding L2 and you're trying to swim this box out, spam circle. There's something about spamming circle while you're moving your stick that helps you kind of like shove them out of the way. So whenever you're directly boxed out in front of the rim, you can swim either way. That's besides the point. I will make a rebounding tutorial later on. It gets more in depth about box outs, but just as a general rule of thumb, when you're going to swim your box outs, not only hold your left trigger and move your stick, spam circle. But check this out. Look, I swim the box out, right? I get the rebound, and look, my first read, like when you're getting this rebound, look to your right, like check your corners first. When you get the board, always check your corners. Corners open, immediately throw it. If you pull the rebound down and the corners are covered, look up at the wings. So, dang, corners are covered. Look up to the wings. Make your reads. The first read's the corner. The second read's the wing. And then the third read is going to be you open for a dunk. But look to pass to the corner and then the wing. Look, immediate pass. Boom. He takes his time. I keep my position as a big. Here's another thing, too, you guys might screw up on when you're learning how to play big. So, as a big man, when you throw this pass, you get 3 seconds in the paint. But in 2K, it's like 5 to 6 seconds. So check this out. If you see a teammate that's open, don't lose your position in the paint. Like if you expect your teammate to do the right thing. You do your part, they do their part. If they ruin the play, it's on them. But I keep my position. My teammate gets the ball, and it's a wide open 3. But if he missed, I would have been there for the rebound. So this clip here is going to go over why the placement of your screen is so important, and why I tell you to always set it a little above the 3-point line. So when I go to set this screen, look at my position. Where am I? I'm about that 1 foot above the line like I tell you. So when you clip that defender, look what happens. Not only am I taking him out of the play, that guy that was playing behind me is forced to step up very high. Now, usually in rec, especially solo rec, a center is going to be playing you while you're setting these screens. So the center is automatically going to want to guard the paint. So you will get your guard so many wide open 3s just by setting a proper screen. If you're playing with a good guard, he will love you. The better you can set these screens, and the whole objective of center is to get more players to want to play with you. To become a better big, you got to get better players around you. So when you start setting screens like this, they're going to want to play. And check this out. So since he gets clipped at the 3-point line, my guard has about 2 feet of space. He can shoot this at any point he wants. But what he does is he runs out that big, sees if he's going to be there. Look, my guard's usually the guard is much faster than the second defender. So when you set a good screen, he's going to get a wide open shot every time. And all you need to do is get straight to the paint, get around, and when you dive to the paint for rebounds, regardless of the situation, always, like the biggest man on the court is the guy that's picking up the PG. As soon as I set this screen, I'm going down, and on my way, I'm paying attention. Like when you slip to the paint for a rebound, you see the guy on the right side of the box. Make sure you don't run directly into him, because if you do, he will box you out. You won't get the board. So when you're going to the paint, navigate. Like go at an angle. Try to wrap around people. But your objective here is to beat everybody to the dead zone of the floor. The dead zone of the floor is right where I stay. Boom. Look, if he misses this shot, and because as soon as I touch this paint, say my guard misses that shot, I'm immediately, when I get to this point of the game, boom, right? My guard shot it, he misses it. When I get to here, I beat the center to the dead zone, which is under the basket. I'm immediately holding L2, pushing my stick towards him, and getting that box out, and that's going to be a free rebound. So my guard gets a wide open shot because of my screen, and if he misses, my mind says, boom, screen. All right, bet. Now how can I get this rebound, right? Boom, box his ass out. I'm going to get that board every time. Now, this is why you guys need a high pass accuracy, especially in solo rec too. If you go in solo rec, you will win 50% more games just by getting the rebound and throwing the fast break. Because everybody knows in solo rec, whenever you're in there, the half-court offense is cooked. PG don't want to shoot the ball when he's open. He want to overpass, get 10 turnovers. Nobody wants to space the floor. People are afraid to shoot in the easiest shooting 2K ever. So what can you do as a big man to win more games and help help stop the trolling offense? Is when you get a rebound, look, I immediately throw it down. And it's always going to be a bucket. So always throw your fast breaks, and that's why the pass accuracy matters so much. Throw your breaks. So in this clip, we're going to go ahead and show you guys how to get to the paint and get around players so you don't get boxed out. This is actually a very good tip that you should be consciously trying to improve at every moment of every game. So when you set your screen and your guard goes to shoot, here's the situation, right? You're like, oh, I always get boxed out when I go to the paint. So check this out. Look, guard shoots. Now, 10 times out of 10, if that was a good center in front of me, instead of running, because so many centers do this and you will notice it. Notice how whenever my guard shoots it, he immediately runs to the rim. And he goes right under it and just sits still, right? So if he was a good player, he would actually stop about here, meet me halfway, and box me out, but he doesn't. So here's how you get a lot of free rebounds when you're going to the paint. When your guard shoots and you want free rebounds, look at this. And it comes down to the finest details. As I slip, look, I get to here, and look, you notice how I don't run into him? When you're going, always think of it like you're a wide receiver in NFL and you got a safety trying to get you. Like they're always trying to juke, maneuver, get around the defender. So when you're slipping, look at this. Instead of running into his back mindlessly, because if you don't pay attention and you don't try to improve on this, you will just keep running into people. But look, look at the angle I take. I slightly curve around him. Look, I slightly curve around him. And because, look, a lot of you guys in this situation would just ran straight to the paint and got on his back, and you don't get the board. But because I'm conscious of this and I make an effort, guys, this is about effort and mentality. Look, I go slightly around him. And then when you jump for the board, always look, I'm jumping right here, right? Always time your jump. This is for every rebound. When you time your jump, as soon as it's about to hit the rim, like right here, a frame right before it, jump. You can see as the ball hits the rim, I'm hitting triangle. And because I maneuvered around him and I timed the rebound, I get the board. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's how you do it. And immediately, look, remember, when you pull the board, look at your corners. Okay, I throw the corner read. It ain't there. I go up to try to set a screen for my guard. Look, as soon as you see a defender reach, jump, anything, get out of there, right? Boom. So because there's no point. Because if I stay up any longer than I did, now my defender could guard my guard and me. So if you see a defender jump, reach, run out of the play, that's your cue to get to the paint. So check this out. Boom, he jumps. I'm out of there. I was going to set a screen, but he jumps, so I'm out. And I immediately go for positioning. Look, I immediately go for positioning. Think of it as you beat him to the spot, and then you box out. Look, boom, boom. I beat him to that dead zone. The quicker you get to that dead zone, the more rebounds you get. I beat him there. Hold L2. Look, I time the jump. The ball hits the rim. I'm hitting triangle. Granted, sometimes you don't always get the huge jump. But also, look, sometimes you're going to get hoed too. I forgot this is a part of the clip. But don't get frustrated, man. Look, I did everything in my power right. Sometimes, Ronnie 2K, Mike Wayne just fucks you. You get the box out, you beat him to the dead zone, and you get fucked. But don't let it get to you. Keep grinding. Now, this is going to be a great clip for you guys. When should you use your timeouts? You get 4 of them a game, and I know you guys probably get 3 seconds in the paint, a lot more than you sometimes want to. I'm going to show you guys a situation where I am willing to use a timeout for myself to bail me out of that situation. So I actually, and always go for every rebound too. So my guard shoots a wide open fade. He's going to miss it. So look, there's no way I'm going to get this rebound, right? But don't worry about it. Go in that paint and try to get a board. So I get down there, and listen, if you try, you'll sometimes get it. I get the board, but look at the animation I get. Whenever you get bumped up like this and you're in the paint, immediately call a timeout. Don't pass, don't spin move, don't drop step, don't do nothing. Because when he bumps you, that's a movable enforcer activating. And it's going to give you that stumble animation. So if you ever get this bump, this is a great time to call a timeout, guys. Or if you pump fake in the paint and you know you're not going to be able to pass and run out of the paint, that's another great time to use the timeout. But this is one of the scenarios where you don't use your timeouts. Use your timeouts. Don't be afraid to use 1 or 2 timeouts a game to save a possession. This is a great example. And look, I even make it out of the paint, but because I see this animation, I'm calling the timeout, bro. I made it out of the paint. I'm the one that called the timeout. But always use your timeouts. Don't be afraid to use them. In this clip, I'm going to show you guys what an open dunk looks like after you pull down the rebound. I've been telling you guys, when you pull the rebound down, look at your corners, look at your wings, and then look for your dunk. Well, what happens when you're actually ready to take that dunk, and when should you be taking the dunk? Now, a quick tip before we get to that part of this clip. See, anytime there's 3 seconds left and you can't set a screen for anybody or you're not actively getting somebody open, with 3 seconds left, your sole focus of the possession is to get to the paint and get a box out so you can save your possession by getting the offensive rebound. So at this point, I'm down here. I already set my screen. I slipped. Now, 4 seconds left. You're not going to be able to come up and get the guard open because you got to run up there. He got to dribble towards you. It's not enough time. So what you could do is what I do to centers all the time, that when I'm trying to get down in the paint, is I'll come up like 2 steps to bait him. Watch how he comes up. He has to follow me, right? So he comes up, and look, I immediately get around him. Look at that. Boom. I immediately get around him. I get to the dead zone. Always get to the dead zone first, and look how I immediately hit the box out. But look, when you pull this board down and the defender is behind you, you can take this dunk. Should I hit the right corner? Yes. As a big man, that's your first read. But if you ever get the defender on your back, look at this green window. I have gold rise up. Look. Because he's behind me, it's like a point guard or a shooting guard. You know when they do the little hesitation and then the defender's on their back and they get crabbed and they shoot it, it's wide open. It's the same thing for big men. If the defender's ever on your back, look at that green meter. You could take this all day. If you want to pump fake it, you could pump fake it so he doesn't get some bullshit on you. And you will, as long as he's behind you, you're good to go. So I wanted to show you guys what it looks like when it is time to dunk the ball. This is when you should be doing it. Defender's on your back. It's a free 2 every time. Hit the corner, but if you want to dunk it, this is the best dunk in the game. Now, with this screen, I'm going to show you guys when you shouldn't actually hold circle. So when you come up, you don't always have to actually hold circle. What you should do in this scenario, you see how my PG is far to the left and the defender is running towards him, right? So when I go to set this screen, I'm going to act like I'm setting it because I know my PG is going to come back this way. And because the defender's chasing him, he doesn't need my screen to get open. So what you could do is sometimes when the defender's late to getting back, you could come up like you're going to set the screen so that way you draw the big out of the paint. If he was a good big, he'd be up here trying to guard my guard because my PG probably has 20, 30 points by now. Or it's 14 points, but by the end of the game, right? But you could actually fake this screen knowing your PG is going to beat him anyway, and then you could go down and get your dead zone. Look, boom, he shoots it, and I'm always trying to get to that dead zone. This might be the best clip of the whole video. This is going to be like a 20-second clip where I get like 3 offensive rebounds and we end it with a dunk. So we start off by screening. All the advice I've previously told you, think about what we've learned and apply it in your head while you're watching this clip. It'll all make sense. I set the screen. I go, he steps up, so I slip it. My PG's going to find a shot or pass the ball, shoots it. Now, look, this is another way you can box out. If the big ever beats you to the dead zone, this is the counter. Look, I'm there, but then he gets it before me. If you're too far, if the center's ever too far under the basket, you can actually box him out behind the basket. Look, this might be the best box out in the entire game. If you ever are able to box a center out like this, it is your board every time. He's literally behind the backboard. So if he ever beats you dead zone, you could try to force him into this. If you're ever fucked, this is your best way, is to force him under the basket and try to get this. So I pull it down, I get it, and I look at my corners immediately. My corners ain't open. Look to the top of the key. That's my read. He gets it, shoots it. Look, when I immediately pass it, I know he's going to shoot it. So instead of sitting still thinking he's going to make it, I'm like, okay, pass, boom. How can I get this rebound? How can I get this box out? Immediately, I go back to the dead zone, and I immediately hold out too. Look at that. I don't sit still. I don't think he's going to make it. I get the board. I pass it. And then it's back to grind time, baby. It's back to being the best big man in the game. Look, that little movement, frame by frame, is how you become. That separates an average center to an elite center. Is when you make this pass, you're immediately switches on. You're moving your player slightly, immediately getting the box out and ready to pull this board down. Look at the timing. Ball hits the rim. I'm hitting triangle. I'm getting up on that motherfucker, grabbing that shit, okay? I pull it. Look, I look at my corner, not open, wing not open, top of the key not open, but I know my PG is going to be trailing back down because he's coming back from defense. So he gets it, shoots the corner fade, which you should be expecting if you're playing with good players. And look, I pass the ball, and what do? You could go set the screen, but I know him. I know I'm used to my player. He's going to go shoot the fade. So I get it. Boom. I'm immediately running back to the dead zone. And look, the moment I get around him, the moment my hips, pay attention to your hips. Look at your waist. When you get your waist around him, that's when you hold L2 and shove your stick right into him. Pause. But look, boom, I get to the dead zone, immediate box out. Dead zone. I'm even sprinting from this position. I pass and I sprint. Dead zone, immediate box out, and I pull it. Hold the L2, time your jump. You time your jump, you should get this 8 times out of 10 unless the game fucks you. Pull this ball down, and then now I'm looking at my reads. I'm like, okay, PG's running back on defense. Top of the key ain't open. Wings ain't open, but the defender's on my back. Defender's on my back. What do, chat? Dunk that motherfucker. Boom. Another quick tip for you guys. Look at how much I'm moving on the screen. Look, I'm literally walking towards the defender. You will get called for illegal screens. Now, you can move on screens slightly. My tip for you to avoid illegal screens if you're having trouble, you can move while you're holding it, but let go of your stick as soon as he's about to hit it. If you get good at doing that, you can kind of cheat the screens and you'll get, it's like a skill gap thing. If you do it too much, you get called for it, but you can move your screens, but you got to make sure you stop as soon as he's about to hit it. Got the halftime stats here, 8 offensive rebounds, close game. But look, man, I'm just going to say it one time, bro. Look, abuse your pump fakes, bro. You dunk it a few times, he's going to start jumping. Feel free, because look, when I pump fake, look, he's contesting me, right? He has interior defense. Look, I pump. Look at how big the meter is, chat. Look at how big the meter is. Don't be afraid. If he ever jumps and you pump it and you have the opportunity, pump fake it, he jumps, wait for him to come down, free dunk every time. Just another clip, man, of lining up your PG. Look, I line up the screen right there. And look, that's what I'm saying. You can move your screens if you let go of your, look, I let go of the stick as soon as I'm about to hit. Look, I'm moving, I let go of the stick right here. He hits it. Free 3 for my PG every time, man. And this is one of my last tips for you guys. Go for every single rebound, but this is more about the timing. Look, I got not only defense, but offense. Look, I got 4 players I'm trying to out-rebound. You always time your jump as the ball hits the rim. Look, I'm the first one to time it. You look at my feet. As soon as the ball hits the rim, I hit triangle, and because I timed it, I get it. Timing is huge. Even though the guy behind me greens the rebound, even though I didn't get a green animation, I promise you, this is the timing you're looking for. Always hit triangle right here. I need you guys to really focus. Look at this. Hit triangle right here. You will get that motherfucker every time. Every time. Yes, sir. So if you made it this far in the video, you're a grinder, you're a geek, and you want this shit bad, bro. So I appreciate y'all, man. And please just drop that like if you haven't. Twitch every day, and I'm going to give you guys the most sweatiest tip of the whole video. You guys made it this far. I'm giving you guys the sauce. So check this out. Whenever you want to, like, this dead zone is the most important thing on your bake. Look, here's how you cheese the 3 seconds, right? Look, I come out the paint. I'm in there. In case that corner guy shoots it, I hold the box out. I notice he's not going to shoot the catch and shoot. So, all right, he's not open. Let me come out the paint. Because there's nothing you could do. You can't go over, set a screen. If you're on a popper, you could go spot up. But we're not talking about spotting up. We're talking about getting rebounds. So, look, the guard doesn't shoot it. I'm ready for the board. I reset the 3 seconds. Okay, he isn't open. Look, I come out the paint and reset the 3 seconds. Get around my defender, back to the dead zone. That's exactly how you play that, chat. When you need to get a rebound and it's end of the shot clock, and then to avoid the 3 seconds, you literally just run in and out. And every time you run in and out, get that dead zone. Here's another thing, chat. Look, I'm on the slip. Guard shoots it, even though he makes it look. He's behind me. He almost gets around me. But because, look at my waist. I told you guys, look at the waist. Because when I hold L2, I try to beat him to the dead zone. I see he's catching up to me. This is as close as I could get to the basket before he passes me. If I waited any longer, he could have boxed me out. But because I'm looking at my hips, I'm like, okay, we're good. Hold L2. Boom. Look at how I would have got this rebound if he missed. I barely get that box out. Look, I barely get it. Look. Boom. That's how you do it. That's how you become a good center. Right there. That's how you do it. Alright guys, so I was in the lab cooking you guys up two builds. We got a 7-foot center and a 6'9" center for park. So whether you want to play 5s or 3s and 2s, I got two builds for you, and these are beginner friendly builds. Just 1 or 2 cap breakers per build. I'm not going to go into super depth. Pause the screen, take a look at it. I'll go over a few key points and a few reasons why I put these attributes. And all it is 1 or 2 cap breakers. So join a crew, and it's easy to get a attribute point in the crew leveling system, and you'll get some from the season passes too, bro. So we're going to go into our 7-foot center. Feel free to go ahead. Here's do the weight specifically for a reason. Max wingspan on all these builds. So here's your 7-foot. We're not doing a 7'4" build on this channel, guys. It is not viable as you get better. It's a great starting build, but as you get better in the game, you're going to want to gear towards a 7-foot and the 6'9" for park. So just a few quick things. All of these builds can shoot. I don't personally make poppers, but if you want to pop, I make sure to put shooting on the builds for everybody. 96 rebound. All you're going to do is put your +3 cap breakers when you eventually get them, which they won't be that hard to get, to right into this offensive rebound. I always believe in 99 rebound on the offensive end and at least a 90 on the D board. That's a common theme in all of my builds, because that 99 rating, even though you could +2 your badges and +1 your badges, I promise you're going to want the 99 rating. That is the same way every year. If you want to be the best rebounder possible, the rating matters, chat. 87 pass accuracy, because listen, as a big man, you need to throw that fast break every time. Because if you're a solo player and you're going in rec, man, you already know you're getting trolled, bro. PG won't shoot an open shot. He's going to overpass the ball. You're not going to score in the half court. But as a big man, the one thing you can control is getting that rebound and throwing the fast break. So do it every single time. You get a turnover, cool. Keep throwing it until you get good at it. A great center throws fast breaks. That is the biggest thing I want you to learn from this video as a center, as a team player. Throw the fast breaks. 87 pass accuracy in most games, especially random rec. You will be able to do that every time. You will win more games because you can't control the offense. But the more times you score, more times your team scores on the fast break, the less you got to deal with that half-court offense, bro. So 87 pass ac. You guys can shoot. 81 standing to get your open dunks. You could always +1 and 2 these badges, chat. Could always +1 and 2 these badges. You need your steal always so you're able to play a lane. Don't make a build without steal because you're going to be mad you can't do certain things. Max out the steal. 62 perimeter, and you got an 88 block, chat. Don't worry about the interior too much. Interior is terrible this year like it is almost every year. But I gave you an 88 block so you could get the gold chase down. You could +1 it, get the legend. This would be a great build to where you don't have the best positioning on defense because you're learning the game. So the 88 block allows you to bail yourself if you're late to a rotate or you're late to get into the paint. Sometimes your chase down will activate and you'll get bailed out for not being in the best defensive position. I don't expect you to be in the best position every game because you're just starting the game, bro. So the 88 blocks are great value for just all-around defense, getting you out of bad situations. And I gave you some speed with ball and ball handle if you want to dribble sometimes. As a center, do not dribble. But it's on the build anyway because I love you guys. And we'll go straight to that last build, the park build, the 6'9". You're going to notice a few changes with the 6'9" compared to the 7-foot. One thing don't change. We're going to get the high offensive rebound. Double 90s always in your rebound. The only issue is with the 6'9", we don't get the 99 rebound because I can't make this with the cap breakers I want, guys. Now, you can +2 this, and you will get, I will show you guys in the badge, just a real quick breakdown. I'll make more build videos to get more specific, but look, tier 2 is brick wall. 91 strength, you could +2 your brick wall to legend off the rip. Rise up, tier 2. You could +1 or 2 it to gold. So you will have gold rise up, you'll have legend brick wall, guys. And then you'll always be able to, so when you get 94 rebound, your box out beast becomes Hall of Fame, and your rebound chaser will stay gold. So you'll be able to +2 your rebound and +1 your box out for legend badges with the 94 offensive rebound. And you guys got a 90 defensive rebound. I usually like going higher on the vertical, but we had to budget this build so you guys could shoot, pass the ball, and play defense. You'll notice there's more perimeter on this build and more steal and a little less block because you guys got to be able to guard point guards and shooting guards whenever you're helping your lockdown defender guard the pick and roll. You got to be able to step out, get a hand up, and be able to switch at times.
So this is how you guys are going to be able to do that with this 6'9 build, be able to shoot 76 pass accuracy to throw the breaks in the 3s court, in the 2s court, be more than enough pass for your park games. Yeah, this is what I would recommend for a very new beginner. 2 cap breakers on the offensive rebound won't take that long to get. I know I'm talking a lot because I'm trying to get the information to you and keep the video short, man. I love playing center, and I'm going to help you guys get as good as possible. Now, I could break down gameplay, but I'm more of like, for the next part of the video, I'm just going to explain some principles. We're going to go into my court. I'm going to walk around the court, just show you where you should be standing, positioning, and more importantly, just the basics on what you should be doing in games to accelerate and be better at center and just win your games starting out. What's the best way you can help your team win right out of the gate? I'm going to help you guys out. Let's get to it. Let's go. Yes, sir. So this is the main part of the video, guys. I'm going to tell you guys the quickest ways you could get better at center, show you a few things, give you the most crucial tips and tricks to just what I would do if I was brand new to the game again and I just wanted to get good at center the fastest way possible. So please, if you guys are this far in the video, just real quick, I appreciate y'all. Just drop me that like, man. Leave a comment if you enjoy these kind of videos. And I stream every day on Twitch from 8:30 p.m. EST to like 11. It's pinned in the comments, guys. But a couple things. Forget the gameplay. Let's be real. This is the stuff people we'll talk gameplay, bro. But I want to help you put yourself in the mental position to become a better player as fast as possible. If you're gonna play center, listen to me very closely. You are not here to score the ball. You are not here to get these stats. Your job as a big man, and I promise you, the quicker you can reset your mentality and do these things, more people will want to play with you. You'll find better players. You'll find groups. People will just want to run with you, and you'll be able to get better in the game and meet new people and just keep elevating, getting up the ranks. So you're not making a big 2 post score, guys. You do not need post scoring. Please, if you're going to be a big man and you're taking a serious high strength on your builds, high rebounding, high pass accuracy, and you can shoot if you want. It's a preference thing. I recommend you be able to shoot on your build starting out so you can play with different point guards. That's the biggest thing, man. We do not need Victor Wembanyama running around the court dribbling and shooting. If you're serious about this, we do not need you down to post scoring, learning how to post score. What you need to do is when you get the rebounds in your games, throw that fast break every single time. That tip alone will win you 50% of your solo rec games. I promise you. I used to go in solo rec last year. It's fun. Only time I ever play rec was solo rec. A lot of my seasons, I was like 107 and 108. Well, because I'm good at the game too. But because I would always throw my fast breaks. When you get into the rec games by yourself or you get into these solo games, hop on the mic. Be like, hey guys, look. I'm going to get the rebound, run the fast break for me, and throw it down. Get used to like seeing their icons and just touch passing it. That's the biggest thing. Number 2, as a big, man, if you want to get in here and you want to be able to play the game, every game, go up to your guard and set a good screen, all right? I'm not talking about like you go, I see a lot of bigs do this, man. When you set a screen, you're not setting it here in the paint where I'm standing. You're coming up to about 2 feet above the 3-point line. Line your screen up, bro. I don't care if you hold circle and flick it left and flick the left stick right to flip your hips because you could do that. Pro tip. Unhit circle, rearrange your body, hold it, and make sure you hit contact with that screen, bro, and don't set it low. Always set it above the 3, and if you play with a decent point guard, he will come off your screen, and he will shoot it, and if he don't shoot it, chat, slip to the paint and fight for positioning. If he doesn't give you the ball, don't get mad. Okay, your job as a center is to get your guard open first and foremost. The game is not about you. To be a great center is to be a great support player. It's like playing any kind of support in any other game. Set the screen, get your guard open. Other than getting rebounds, that is your number 1 priority. Set the screen, get him open. If he shoots some fuck shit, guess what? You're so determined in your role when you go to slip, run around the big. Don't just, when you slip and you need to get a rebound, don't just blindly run to the paint. If the big's in the paint, when you're running, think of it like you're a wide receiver, bro. If your defender's here, right? Say he's like right here in the middle of the paint. If you run straight, he's just gonna hit you with the box out. My pro tip for you is when you run to the paint, run a route, bro. Like boom. Say the center's in the middle and your guy shooting on the right wing, it's probably going to come off to the left if he missed. So come here and kind of curve around him, bro. Go to the open space of the court, and and you'll get better with this with time. As soon as you get around that big man or around that defender, run into him, immediately hold L2, instant box out, fight for that rebound. And I promise you guys, when you pull that rebound down, you're not going to know when you get the positioning, don't go up with the ball yet, because you're not going to know what's a good take, what's a bad take. When you get it, first thing you do is look at your right corner and your left corner. If you got an open shooter, you're pulling the board down, instant pass, right corner. Instant pass, left corner. You pull the board down, your corners aren't open or they're empty, look at the wings. Your corners, wings, and then if you're open, you take it. If you don't, walk it out and reset it to your team, guys. That right there, what I just told you in 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, will win you so many games as a beginner. Really focus on the quality of your screens. Throw the fast break every single time. And don't just, everything is with a purpose, bro. When you slip, don't just hit the guy in front of you. Get around him. Run a route. Get the box out. Time. And for the timing of the rebound, chat, I told you guys, I'm not editing gameplay. I need you to listen to me in this video. I'm really trying to help you guys out. Now, this changes depending on your latency. If you're playing on Ethernet, you're more responsive. Pro tip, when you're playing, put the USB in your controller. It gives you a better response time in your controller. So the timing of the rebound, I need you guys to just look and use your imagination. You want to jump for the rebound. Now, mid-ranges are going to usually come off the rim closer to the paint. If it's shooting a three-pointer, ball's going to come like the edge of the box right here. Edge of the box right here. Most of the time. If you can box out in this area or this area for a three-pointer, that board's going to be a lot better for you. If it's a midi, if he shoots a mid-range pull-up, try to box out closer to the dead zone right here. This circle is what we call the dead zone, okay? This little half circle, box out here. Box out here. If bro's chucking a 30-footer, bro, if he's shooting over here, when you hit your box out, play right here. The further the shot, ideally, the further the box out. The closer you want to try to route your man and get into the dead zone and get this board. It's all about, and you'll get timing and more experience, but if you shoot on the right side, try to get to the left side, try to get the right. Hold on a second. I forgot what I was saying before I gave you guys that little box out tip. I gotta rethink. Hold on. All right, so I was telling you guys when to hit triangle for your rebounds. So when you hit triangle, you want the ball. So the timing is basically when the ball is hitting the rim. When the ball hits the rim, it depends on the shot. It does change sometimes. If it hits the rim and it goes up in the air sometimes, you gotta wait a little bit. But majority of the shots, just as a baseline, you know what I mean? You'll get better timings, but as when the ball is literally a millisecond away from connecting, say this is the rim, it's about to hit it, hit triangle. That's your timing. Now, if you're not playing in a plugged-in controller, you're playing on a TV, you're playing off Wi-Fi, I would time your jump about a half a second before it hits the rim due to latency. That's your rebound timing, guys. That's the best time, is when the ball is pretty much almost hitting the rim, hit triangle. If you're playing a TV, you play on a wireless remote, you're on Wi-Fi, you're not plugged into Ethernet, then you want to start hitting it a little bit before the rim. And just a few other quick tips and tricks. Everything I told you, if you really, truly focus on that and get into the mindset of, all right, how can I throw the fast break? How can I set better screens? How can I get these box outs and get these rebounds? Bro, you will accelerate from being a trash big or a beginner big man, and all the guys that hop on the game and want to learn post scoring and want to learn this and that. You could do that. You could definitely do that. But we need you to become a good team player big man first. Once you become a good big man, do what you want. But if you want to actually get good at this game, I'm telling you, man, have that mindset of, all right, screens. How can I get every rebound? How can I get better box outs? When I'm slipping to the paint, when I'm coming off this pick and I'm going down, and I know my guard's going to shoot a fade or shoot a shot, how can I run around the big? And what's the quickest way I could get a box out? And a quick tip for y'all. When y'all are boxed out, say, and this is the last gameplay tip I'll give you guys. this is really a mentality video, and I hope it helps you guys. I really do, man. I'm really passionate about this. I want to see you guys grind and shine, man. But if you're boxed out on this right wing, think about this. This will help you guys out too. Two things. When you're boxed out, you got to move your left stick to the left or to the right to get around the screen. But people won't tell you this. It's not even mentioned in the game. I've been doing it for years. Not only if you're holding L2 and you're boxed out, tap circle, bro. As you're moving your stick left or moving your stick right, if you keep spamming circle, there's a game mechanic where it like forces your guy around them. So that's another thing too. When you swim your boxouts, when you swim them, move your stick, but also hold circle. And the same thing, when you're boxing somebody out, if you think he's going to move to the left side of the rim to get around you, you got to move your stick that way to like say if he's going to go to the left, hold an L2, move your stick to the left. A box out, that's why people get around you on your box outs, because you're not trying to fight against them. Like you can physically move around your guy. Like a box out is a skill gap to an extent, bro. And what I usually do if I'm boxed out, like you get a feel for him. If he likes to like try to get around your box out to the middle, people are predictable. Keep moving your stick to the middle. But sometimes I like to like spam it left and right, and he doesn't fully get around you too. That's another tip of trick. But here's a cheesy way to get around most people you play aren't going to be top players in the world. So here's how you get around most specific box outs. When you're on this right little block and he has you beat, most centers are thinking, okay, I got him boxed out. I got to protect the middle of the floor, right? He doesn't expect you to want to go around him to the baseline to get position. So if you're ever, try this, guys. If you're ever boxed out here, instead of trying to swim him to the middle, bro, move your stick to the baseline. Keep spamming circle and get around him. Because every time, since he's moving his stick to the middle and you swim to the right, bro, 99 out of 100 times, if he's doing what most centers do and play your middle, bro, you will literally get around him and then you jump for the board. This game is more about positioning for rebounds than ever. It's been very rare where even me, bro, if I get boxed out, I'm not getting that rebound. If you box somebody out, they're not going to get the rebound. So as long as you swim that rebound, boom, there it is. I'm telling you, one last thing too. I need you to use your imagination for this last tip. This is just a rebounding tip. Whenever you set the screen, or like say you're crashing for a board, say you're spawning up because you're a popper, somebody shoots something, right? Say there's a defender, say there's a defender here in this box, right? One defender here, one defender coming out the corner, and one defender might crash from this right wing. So you got person here, person coming from the corner, and a person dropping from the wing to get this rebound. Most centers, I want you to crash every rebound yours. Go get that shit. Go get it. But say you're on the left wing, you're going to crash this board, right? Remember, guys here, two guys on the left, one guy on the right. I told you guys, when the guy shoots on the right, the ball usually comes off on the left. Not every time, but it's like a percentage, right? I'm going to actually make a video on that, like how the ball comes off the rim. But when you shoot on the right, ideally you want to get to this left side, right? Because the ball's going to come there. But if you go to the left, you're going to have to try to get around this kid, right? He's going to probably box you out. And by the time he boxes you out, even if you swim that rebound, it takes time to have your player get around him, this and that. And by that time, the guy that was crashing the corner here is going to pick that board up while you're in an animation. So, yes, ideally, like if it's free, go to the ideal spot. But if you're going for a late rebound, your best bet is to get to the open side of the court. So what I would do crashing in that situation is not even go for the best position on this left side. What I would do, I see my guards, and you got to have some prediction, bro. Know your personnel and start predicting when they're, because the quicker you get to the dead zone, ideally you want to be here. The quicker you could get there before a shot goes up, the more chance you get a rebound. But what I would do, bro, if it's contested for a rebound, go to the open space. You go to the open space. If the ball comes off to the right, remember, two guys are over here. There's no chance of you trying to get a 2v1 when you're late to it. Now, if you have positioning and there's two dudes, keep your position. Get the rebound. But if you're late to it, bro, literally, think about it. All right, bet. Would you shoot a contested shot or an open shot? Same thing with the rebound. If you're late to it, run around everybody. Like, make that route to the right side of the court. Time the jump. Boom. You can get those rebounds. You know what I mean? Play the open side of the court if the optimal side of the court isn't open. But yes, guys, the best tip I could give you out of all, have a team playing mentality. Throw your fast breaks, set the best screens, go for all the positionings, get every rebound, and just be a team player. Learn to post scoring later. Hell, learn how to shoot better later. Just learn how to do that stuff after you cover these basics and really master them, bro. You really dedicate yourself and watch and clip your games to watch back how you play, bro. If you really dedicate yourself to these tips for the next month or 3 weeks of starting this game or trying to learn how to play center as a beginner, bro, you're going to be cooking, man. So if you guys enjoyed, again, please subscribe, bro. I'm really trying to do this shit. I'm really passionate about this. I do want to do YouTube and streaming as a real life thing, y'all. So if y'all fuck with me, man, keep coming back to the videos. Let me know what kind of content y'all want. Y'all want me to do some geek shit where I'm counting like 50 shots in a rec game, how many went here or there? Bro, you guys see my record, bro. I'm pulling up on 30-game streaks, dropping them off. We don't lose in the park, bro. I drop whatever you guys want. We could do some gameplay stuff. I make some more build videos, man. Let me know what kind of build you guys want. Center related is good. I play guard a little bit. I play all positions, but center's my bread and butter, bro. So just hit me up in the comments, man. I appreciate y'all, bro. Hope this helped you out. And competitive, like advanced center tutorial where I get real geeky and all the little mechanics and shit. It'll come out soon, man. I appreciate y'all. Give me 10 likes and I got y'all, man. Have a great day, bro. God bless. Christ is King. And enjoy yourselves, man. Peace. Knocks me out, right? But look, I'm already pre-planning his positioning. As I'm going down, I'm moving my player slightly to the right. And you got to do that all the time. And the more you pay attention, the better. Now, when you're going for a rebound, your first objective always is to get to the dead zone. All right, Ryan, what's the dead zone? The dead zone is this little half circle in the paint. Every time you ever crash for any rebound, 99% of the time, you want to go ahead and be the first person to this spot on the court, which is right here. So moving forward, when you guys are crashing rebounds, you got to start using your brain a little bit. Be like, okay, how can I maneuver and angle my player around the people? And your objective is to get to this dead zone immediately. Okay, so when you think a shot's about to go up, and it's a lot about anticipation, but once you get to this dead zone, you immediately you want to boom. What's the first thing I'm doing? I'm hitting this dead zone. First thing I'm doing, boom, finding the box out. Hold that box out, wait for that shot to go up. And when you get these box outs, y'all, pay attention. You have to move. Why do your box outs get? Why do people move around your box outs? When you're doing this, you want to hold L2, but also you need to consciously be predicting where he's trying to move himself. Because you can see in the thing right here, he's trying to swim me to the middle. You can see his character moving to the middle. And I know this, and I'm anticipating it. So when you box out, don't just hold L2. Be like, okay, I got the box out. Where is he going to try to move around my box out? So as I'm boxing out, I'm holding my left stick to the right to counter him moving his left stick to the right. There's actually a small skill gap when it comes to box out. So whenever you box out, as you get better, you're going to be able to predict where the center is trying to move around you. And you want to counter that by moving your left stick in the direction he's trying to move his left stick. And now when you time these rebounds, pay attention to the timing. Here's another thing we're going to go over. So boom, shot goes up. I got my dead zone. I got my box out. When do I time the jump, right? Boom. So as the ball is coming down, always time your always time your rebound as the ball comes off the rim. So I'm hitting triangle about right here. When that ball hits the rim, right here, you go and you time it. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes the ball is going to hit it happens rarely, but if you don't get the rebound because the ball hits the rim twice, that's just the way the game is, bro. You can't do nothing about it. Sometimes you could play perfect and Ronnie 2K and Mike Wang are still going to absolutely fuck you. But here's another sweaty tip for y'all too, man. On this box out, you would never notice it when I'm playing, but I'm holding L2. There's a moment of time where I let go of L2, hold turbo, and move my left stick. Because if you guys didn't know, your best rebound animations come when you're holding turbo and you're moving towards the basket. So this is a very minute detail that could take you to the next level and give you better jump animations. So as you're holding L2, look, right about here, it's a quick millisecond. It's a millisecond in real life time. I let go of L2 right here. Boom, you can see me detach. You see me detach? Look, detach. I let go of L2. And then immediately when I let go of L2 and I'm ready to time it, let go of L2, hold turbo, move that stick towards the basket, all in one motion. Then I'm hitting triangle for the rebound. Hey, man, this is what y'all came for, these sweaty little tips. I'm telling you, I'm trying to break this down. And if that doesn't convince you that I got better tips in this video, come on, man, turn me up, bro. And real quick, when y'all pull the rebounds down, please do this every time. Check your corners for the first pass. Do not immediately go up with the rebound, y'all. When you pull it down, check your right corner, check your left corner. If one of them is open, hit them, and then check your wings. If the wings ain't open, then look for your dunk or walk it out and reset. But look, boom, pull it down. Immediate pass. Immediate pass. We get into a bucket. We're being a support player, the team player we're supposed to be on center. All right, next clip. So what do you guys do when the shot clock's running out? Your team don't got a shot, and you got to go get that rebound to save the possession. I say with about 5 or 6 seconds left, you could set one more screen for your guard. But really, that 4 or 5 second mark, you want to be like, okay, I need to get to the dead zone. Remember, the dead zone, we need to get there and save the possession for my team. Sometimes your team's going to have to put up a shot, and you're going to have to get this rebound, bro. So set your last screen. And remember, when you navigate to the paint, look what I'm doing. I'm doing my last task, setting one last screen. And it is what it is. We got to save the possession. 3 seconds left. This is your job as a center. Get to the paint, get to the dead zone. Boom. Where do I first go as the shot clock's ending? I'm going straight to the dead zone. Boom, right? Now I got 3 options. I could stand still and hit triangle. That's the worst thing you could do. Second thing, and this comes with IQ. Who is the best rebounder on the court? The best rebounder on the court is usually the other team's center. The other team's center is the guy to my left. I know this before the shot goes up. So when I hit the dead zone, what do I immediately do? I immediately box out the biggest threat. Always do it. Box out the center and check it out. Where do I time this jump? Look, look at me, chat. Look at me. I detach from that box out like I told y'all. Detach. Remember, hold R2 and hold your stick. You always box out the best rebounding threat. Detach. And now you're going for that rebound. You're timing it as soon as the ball hits the rim and it comes off. Look, timing it. Boom. Corner read. Shoots it. And remember, this is how you do it. Whenever you time these rebounds and you're not boxed out, remember, you can see my player do it. As the ball is coming off, I quickly, for a millisecond, I'm holding R2, holding my stick to the rim, and that's what allows me to get that great rebound animation, bro. And you just keep kicking it out. That's all you do. Keep kicking it out. Keep looking for your teammates if you're not open. Keep being a team player. Next tip, man. This is how you guys get those rebound animations where you're jumping up over everybody, going up 2 hands, getting those really high vertical rebounds. And here's all you do, man. Every time you're ever going for a rebound, always hold turbo. And like I keep telling you, hold turbo and run to the rim. And now when I'm going for this rebound, if you don't have positioning, sometimes it's best to jump early. You see when I time this one, look at it. And the reason why you could time it early is because you're not sitting still. If you're sitting still, you're usually not going to get a good animation. But if you're ever running to the rim for these rebounds, you can time it right before, look when I time it, right before the ball comes off the rim or the ball hits the rim, I'm timing it right here because I'm sprinting. And because I'm sprinting, I'm going to get a better hang time on these rebounds. So I use that to my advantage, and we're pulling that down, man. That's how you guys get these good animations. It's by running to the rim, pre-timing your jump, and you're going to always jump higher than the guy sitting down in the paint because you have that forward momentum that brings you higher to the ball. You're in a more athletic position to go get it. This one is a very situational tip, but I think I should show it to y'all, man, to help y'all out. So you guys know when you're playing in the random rec or you're playing any kind of game mode, you know your guard's about to take some crazy ass dunk, and you could already see it in your head that some bullshit's about to happen, right? So what you should do every time is if you know your guard's about to take a contested dunk, look. Every time he does it, you know the center's going to jump. You know the power forward's going to jump every time. So all you got to do is wait for that dunk to come off the rim, and you get that board pretty much every single time, bro. So if you guys have people that are taking bad dunks, you could go ahead and you could sit there and time it coming off the rim. You should get it almost every single time. And as you guys can see to finish the clip, I kick it out, immediately try to find the open teammate, as you should do every time. And what am I doing? I'm kicking it out. I know my guard's going to probably shoot, so instead of sitting still, look, I'm immediately finding that box out threat as the shot comes off. I'm hitting that jump. I'm timing it. I'm getting a rebound, and we're kicking it out again. Yes, sir. This clip, I'm getting a defensive rebound, and I'm throwing my outlet. All my centers, all my good players, always throw your fast breaks. But what should you do after you throw this pass? Most of you guys, or a lot of people, throw the pass and just sit there and let the guard score on the break. But what if they miss? What if they miss this pass? Look who's down the court. You got one defender on the left and two guys to my right. So when I'm throwing this pass, I advise you guys to do this all the time. It's a mentality thing. It's a how bad do you want it. Throw the pass and always go for every single rebound on the court. There is never a rebound in which you can't get. I don't care if you're all the way down the court. If you're all the way down here and you're throwing the ball up, go get the rebound. Most of the time, your guard's going to make this shot on the fast break. But whenever they do miss, look, because I didn't give up on the play and I wanted that, I'm running down the court, getting my jumping animation, saving the possession. Saving the possession. That's what I want to show you guys. So this clip is going to be more of like a mentality thing. How you guys got to adjust your mindset to put yourself in a position to be a good rebounder, man. So y'all got to realize this game isn't about y'all, bro. Look at my stat line. 6 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 offensive rebounds. Notice how I got 6 points in the third quarter, bro. You guys want to be having 10, 20, 30 points at big. Your points are a second thought on a good team. If you want to truly be a better rebounder and a better center at this game, y'all need to redo your whole brain work, bro. Center is a mentality thing. Y'all need to be a support player. How do you get your guards open? How do I get every rebound? How do I min-max the way I play to put myself in a position to play around good players? Because at the end of the day, if you want to be a center and you want to have a good time on this game and become better, the objective for you is to get yourself on the best team, on the best squads possible. So when you guys want to get better at this game, you got to really look at yourself in the mirror and be like, look, if I want to play center, I'm totally dedicating myself to get every rebound, to set every good screen, to be a support player, throw my fast breaks, and make the extra reads. How can you make your team a better team by you being on the court? And it's not by you scoring. If you score, it's because you're open. That's the only reason. Hey, I always got to put that in my tutorials, bro. Center is a mentality game. It's a mentality position. So when I'm coming off this screen, we're going to use all the tips that I've already given you in this video. Coming off the screen, I'm slightly going to the left to avoid all the box outs. My teammate shoots it, and what do? I don't stand here and just wait for the rebound. I'm being productive. I'm being active. Shot goes up, immediately boxing out, timing that rebound as it comes off the rim. Look, I'm detaching that rebound every time, holding R2, pointing my stick, and I'm jumping for that thing. Horsing motherfuckers. Immediately kicking out, coming up, doing my job, setting the screen. Now, look, when I slip here, bro, this is why I wanted to tell y'all this. I can have a wide open dunk. I could get hit right here. And a lot of you guys won't get hit here on a good team, and you're going to get mad. You're going to get frustrated, bro. Instead of getting mad and frustrated, this is the real part of the video that really matters if y'all want to take this rebounding and center stuff way past where you're at now. Instead of getting mad, pay attention to the court. As you're slipping, if you're going to get hit, you know you're going to dunk the ball. So just while you're slipping, always pay attention to the court. I'm like, okay, when I go for this slip, either my guard's going to shoot this, the right corner's going to shoot it. If I'm open, I'll take my dunk. If not, you got to prepare for the rebound or prepare for the extra pass, right? So as I'm slipping, my guard decides to shoot it. And look, I got 3 people crashing this board. So in this position, and this is a rare instance where you don't box out. When you have like 4 people around you, bro, the only chance you have is to have the best jump animation possible. It's not about a box out. It's not about nothing but positioning and timing. Because if I go for a box out and I get stuck on the box out, the center could try swimming it. Now I'm stuck in animation. I could go for a box out, and if I don't get off that box out in time, now I have less of a jump because I'm stuck in that little physical animation. So the best thing you could do when you're rebounding over 4 or 5 people, you need a little bit of luck on your side. I ain't going to lie to y'all. You're not going to get all these. But the best thing you could do is, look, shot goes up, and we're going to examine how I actually move my player. I'm like, okay, 4 people around me. I'm probably cooked on a box out. So, look, shot goes up. I'm focusing on the timing. I try to stay in the dead zone the best way possible. And because I get this rebound, look, I time it the best. Because I time it a fraction of a second before the other center and I have a higher rebound stat, I'm able to pull it down. So if you're ever outnumbered, Play your position to the best you can and don't hold the box out. This is the only scenario when you got 8 pairs of shoes around you is when you just want to focus on your timing and may the best man win. 100%. All right, real quick, let's go over when you should take your dunks. I get this rebound here and check out the positioning, right? So I pull it down and pay attention to where my center is. When I pull this down, I look at the court. My corners aren't open. Corners aren't open. I look at the wings. Wings aren't open. And the first thing you want to look for is, where's my man at? Is he in front of me? Okay, he's in front of me. Cool. So I hold it for a second. And the moment that center jumps, look, he jumps for no reason, by the way. Look how big my green meter is. Anytime a center jumps on you, put it up. Or anytime a center's on your back, like say if I were to get this rebound down and he was on my back, kind of like a crab animation for the guards. You know how the guards like do their hesitations and get you on their back and they shoot it. It's a wide open thing every time. If I was to pull this rebound down and he was be on my back for any reason and I got a clear line of sight between my player and the rim, you could take that up every time if you want to. Or if the center ever jumps, take it up and you should be good to go. That's the only 2 scenarios I would ever take up a standing dunk off a rebound. It's time to show you guys how to break the baseline box out. Now, granted, the guy boxing me out isn't the best rebounder on the planet, but I do this every single time, and it works almost every single time. The only time this break and box out method won't work for you on a baseline is whenever the other center knows you're doing it and he starts adjusting, or if he's a very good player and he's aware of this. But check this out. Anytime you're ever in this area, you get boxed out and you want to get free position, always take your stick. And here's how you break box out, y'all. You'll have to zoom in on the face cam for me. But look, whenever you do your box out, you're holding L2. Not only are you holding L2, but you're moving your stick left or right or forwards and backwards, depending on where you are on the court. So when you're boxed out on the baseline, you want to break it every time. L2 and move your stick towards the baseline. Now, most players are going to think, okay, I got him boxed out. I need to protect the middle of the floor. But that's where you use that to your advantage. When you get boxed out, you're going to hold L2 and hold your stick towards the baseline to swim it that way. And watch what happens every single time. You're going to get around that box out every single time. Now, usually it's a better animation. You're not always going to get a good animation. But if you held the box out here, you're cooked. If you try going to the middle of the floor, he's probably playing you that way, so you're just not going to get around it. So every time you're ever cooked on the baseline, you're ever boxed out, hold L2, move that stick to the baseline, and spam circle. It's something about spam and circle that helps you break box outs even better. But that's a little quick tip for y'all to get around these baseline box outs. I hope you guys enjoyed the tips so far. We're just going to let a few more clips play out for y'all. Look, I know my guard's going to shoot this in the corner, so I'm already fighting for position. A lot of rebounding is about anticipation. If you know your guard's going to shoot some shots, if you know your guard's going to do some fades, the quicker you could get to that positioning, quicker you get to that dead zone. A lot of this is anticipation. A lot of you guys would never think, okay, I should probably go box out now. But because I know my guard, I know my team, I see 2 people are going to be open on the right, there's probably a shot going to go up, I'm immediately in the paint, getting that box out, holding it, getting that rebound, and kicking out to my open man every time. All right, last clip of the video. We're not going to break down nothing crazy, but this literally shows every single tip I've given you guys in one little sequence. So we'll just let it play through. I'll explain all the tips and how to use them in this little section right here, man. So look, boom, my guy shoots it. What do? I navigate the paint. I don't go straight into this guy's back. I'm already curving to the left. Remember, your route to the paint means a lot. I immediately hit the dead zone. He beats me to it, but he's so far under the rim, I'm able to go ahead and time that as the ball comes off the rim. Look, boom, ball off the rim. Time that jump. I get it. I immediately kick out. He shoots it, and because he shoots it, I got to get to the paint now. Look, I kick it out, open shot. He shoots it, and because I'm sprinting, remember I told you guys, sprint to the rim because I'm sprinting, I horse it. Kick out again, and because, look, now I'm boxed out, I swim to the baseline, free swim, kick out, boom. That's how you do it. Yes, sir. Do you want to set the biggest, hardest screens in the game and get your guards wide open almost every single play, so much that they won't even touch the court without you? I got y'all, man. YouTube. Hey man, I appreciate you guys clicking on the video, man. So you guys want to learn how to set them big body screens. You guys want to get your guards open almost every time. You want to know when to slip the screens, the angles to set them. I got y'all, bro. I'm going to give you guys a suit, man. If you guys are new, bro, I post center videos all the time. I've been doing this every day. You guys can check the channel, man. You can trust what I'm saying. I do my genuine best to give you guys the best tips possible when I post these tutorials, bro. So if y'all new, man, if y'all fuck with the vibe, please subscribe. And hey, if y'all are on my channel, you already know, man. Y'all been turning me up, bro. We're growing so crazy, and I love all you guys, man. So please, man, watch that runtime the whole way through, because you know I'm gonna get super in-depth and detail like I always do, man. And make sure y'all hit that like button, bro. Turn me up in the comments, man. I love y'all, man. Let's get it. Let's go. Hey, man, welcome to the Screen School. I'm your teacher, Ryan. No, I'm playing. That's mad corny. But so before we hop on the court, before we break down any of the in-game gameplay or any of the controls with the controller that I'll show you, let's go straight to that badge loadout and that strength, man. So two things off the rip. You need a 91 strength minimum, man. That gold brick wall is just the very minimum for decent to good screens, bro. I think the sweet spot is at least that Hall of Fame to legend brick wall. Now, there's two scenarios you guys could do on your builds. You could go 91 strength and +1 and +2 it, which is super viable, bro. I have all my stretch bigs go 91 strength, and then I +1 and +2 the badge. I usually rock it legend. If you could do legend and you got a nice guard you playing with, always put a legend. Always put a legend. If you're doing solo rec, go gold to Hall of Fame and you'll be absolutely fine. Because I'm looking out for y'all solo players, man. I know y'all watched the viz and I got y'all, bro. But I want to let y'all know this now, man. Even though you have a 91 strength and you're +2ing at the legend, bro, as you can see, I've been playing on this build with the 99 strength. I'm telling you, before you get Crasher Takeover or before you unlock anything, dude, them attributes, like your attributes matter, bro. Like a legend brick wall with 91 strength and a legend brick wall with 99 strength feel completely different. I'm telling y'all, man. So if you can get to that 91 strength minimum and always +2 it, or if you can, man, if your build can afford it, up that strength, man. Big body bands member, he used to be Dusty. All right, y'all, so it's time to get on the court, man. It's time to put the shoes on and show you guys how to set these screens, bro. So I'm gonna show you guys the angles you should set them, where to set them, when to set them, and some little tips and tricks on like how to flip your hips. You guys see that, man? I'm showing you guys off the rip some controls you probably didn't even know how to do, man. So we're going to get right into it, bro. And just rock with this. And after this, we're going to show you guys some gameplay breakdown where I break it down frame by frame. While using these tips, I show you in my court, man. So off the rip, bro, if you're setting a screen, never set it below the 3-point line, bro. Never, ever, ever. The point of your screens in this game is to get your guards or teammates open for 3-pointers every time, man. If you're setting it below the 3, there's no point. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. So if you're ever setting a screen for your guard, I recommend always to be about, you see my back foot, how my back foot's right above the 3-point line. Always set your screens in this area right here. Don't set them on the line because they're gonna run right past you, and don't ever set them below, man. When you're setting these screens, bro, always set them right above the 3-point line. And now, all right, so you guys want to figure out, bro, I'm setting these screens and I'm setting them backwards. I'm setting them this way. I'm setting them this way. And a matter of fact, you're probably watching a video. Yo, Ryan, how are you flipping your hips and fixing your screen, man? Let me put y'all on the sauce, bro. This is gonna help out so many people, man. So zoom in on the controller, bro. I'm sorry I don't got the best setup for this, but look. So if you're holding circle like you should be doing, flick your stick twice in any direction you want to flip your hips to, bro. I never knew about this, bro. It's new this year, and this shit is so nice, man. Because you know when you set your screen, you trying to like undo it and redo it, bro. Literally, set your screen, boom, flip your hip, boom, flip your hip. Bro, I'm telling you, man, that shit has saved me so much time in the games. It's crazy. If you want to hit the defender almost every time and get a good animation, the game rewards you for predicting where the defense is going and setting your screen to where the defender is going to run into you without you moving. If you want to really body some people, try to line your screen up in the pathing in which you know your defender is going to go, man. Now, say like, what if like your screen's off by a little bit and you see the defender coming to you? What do? Do I unhit circle when I move around? No, bro. So what you do in this game, if your screen's a little bit off, move your stick either back towards the backcourt or back this way, bro. If you move it left and right, you're gonna get called for an illegal screen. But I have yet to ever get an illegal screen when I do this. When the guards come in and I'm setting my screen, and I'm like, say if I'm like down here in the 3-point line, right? And they're coming up and I need to move up a little bit, bro. If you go like vertically up this way, like, I'm telling you, man, they never call an illegal screen. That's like the best way to adjust your screens if you're too high or too low. You set your screen and now you're slipping to the paint and the guard doesn't hit you, but the guard's still dribbling. What should you do? Should you stay in the paint, kind of like wait for him to shoot, get the rebound, or should you come up and set another screen? My advice for y'all when you're trying to learn how to do this, man, set a good screen. Like, make sure the screen you set is good. Make sure you line up, make sure you anticipate the defense, and you hit that screen as hard as you can. Once you make contact, and you pay attention to your guard, bro. When you see your guard get open, then you go. Like, if he needs to sit there and dribble again, like flip your hips the other way, try to set a screen again. But the moment you see your guards open, you got to trust your guards, man. Trust that they know when they're open, and when they finally hit that screen and you slip, if you don't get the dunk, see if, okay, so when you get down here, if you don't get the dunk, see if your guard's open. If he's open, sit down here and get the rebound. But if he's not open and he seems like he's like cooked a little bit, come up and do that rescreen. But here's what you should never do, y'all. Never do this in-between game where you set the screen and then you go to the paint and then you're unsure, so now you're coming back up and then you're going back down and then he's open again and you're like, oh, I shouldn't come up, and I come down. Bro, listen. Be decisive when you set your screens, bro. Do your absolute best to line it up, do a solid, good screen, and get to the paint. See if your guard's open and be patient, man. If your guard's not open, maybe he's going to do a dribble move and get open. Get to the paint. A good rule of thumb is when you get here, count like 1, 2. Okay, the guard's not open. When you come out this paint, don't run up, because you're going to get 3 seconds when you do that, man. So when you hit here and you go like 1, 2, always run out and then up. Bro, that's going to save you so many 3-second violations, bro. That simple thing. When you come out the paint, bro, always go to the side, then re-navigate. But y'all, man, when you set any screens and you playing off it, make sure you're decisive, bro. Never play in this, like, this dead man area, bro. Never play in between, man. That's some troll ass shit. Man, you setting all these screens and now you're trying to wonder, Ryan, when do I go to the paint to get a dunk, bro? When's the best time to slip these screens so I could get a wide open dunk? So the best way I could kind of describe this in my court is if you see this person to my right of me, say that is the lockdown defender. Usually there's 2 defenders in the play. You'll have the guy guarding the guard and then the guy guarding you. So you see this lockdown, how he's at the same level as me. I need you to just use your imagination a little bit because my editing isn't there yet. But the other defender, anytime that other defender comes up to the same level as me, as this defender is right here, like, pay attention. When you set these screens, really hyper fixate on everything that's going on. So when you set this, boom, right? The guard's coming to you. My defender steps up to take away my guard's shot. The moment I see him come up to my hips, I'm out. I'm gone, and I'm going to get that dunk. If you stay up here too long, your guard's going to get double teamed. Because whenever your defender comes up to play him, now it's both defenders guarding him at the same time. You're just sitting up here getting your guard crowded, bro. So when you see both defenders come up to the sides, when they're playing sides defense, boom, you're out of there, man. And real quick before we get to the gameplay, bro, a quick tip also to another like kind of control thing, man. When you hooping, and when you slip this pick, if you double tap R2, you guys know about the spot finders. Like whenever people are dexing around the court, you see how my guy got his hands up like he's doing this. So whenever you go down off your slip, if you double tap R2, you'll get a speed boost. You see how I did that? Like I'll come here, boom, right? When you double tap R2, how my guy has his hands up like this, that means you're doing a spot finder animation and you get a little bit of a speed boost going down to the paint, man. So, hey, that's my court part of the video. We're going to do a couple clips, man. And I hope y'all enjoyed that too, man. Let's go break it down. Let's go. All right, man. It's time to break down the gameplay. This will be a real quick last segment for you guys, bro. So that way, everything you learned in the my court, we can take it to the real court and use it and abuse it, man. So real quick, while I got y'all attention, man, if y'all new to the channel, man, my name's Ryan. I appreciate you watching the video this far, and please subscribe, bro. I'm posting every single day. You guys are turning me up, bro, and I love y'all, man. The people that have been rocking with me on all these videos, man, y'all make sure you turn this video up too, bro. Drop that comment, drop that like, man, and let's go crazy, man. So this is a real quick tip, man. So whenever you see your guard pressed, always be available, bro. Like, this is besides screens. When I make these videos, I try to give you guys real tips outside of just the video itself, man. Like, if your guard's stuck, bro, Make yourself available. Always help your guard out, man. You were there to be a support player and help your team win, man. So let's get to the screen work, bro. So as soon as I'm ready to set it, notice how I'm not moving. Look, notice how I'm not moving, and then the brick wall kicks in, right? So here's how screens work, bro. If you're moving your stick towards them, it becomes less effective, bro. Like I told y'all on the my court, man. Anticipate the defense, and the game rewards you, bro. So when you setting this and you in like a close quarter combat situation, sit still, man. You see that brick wall badge popping up on the top right, man? Let that badge work. There's a reason why you got the brick wall badge, man. Let the badge work. You're not trying to do the work. You're trying to make the badge work for you, bro. You're trying to make that work. So look, here's what you're looking for, man. Anytime you're screening, you know you set a good screen when this happens. Look. Not yet. Wait, here it is. You guys see it right there. Anytime, and pause. Anytime you ever suck him into your body to where he like gets warped into you, bro, you know the brick wall badge kicked in. And you know it's hitting. And look, because I did a good job, I was patient with my screen. I sat still. I was thugging it out. Look, boom. Guard shoots the wide open fade, man. That's the whole point of screens, bro. It's not to get open. It's not to do this. It's to help your guard get open. And then once he's not open no more, then you're slipping, bro. So let me show you guys how this works. I set the first screen, right? Boom. Nice little clip. Like my guard should be shooting this. Honestly, he has a shot. Remember, I told y'all, man, trust your guard. If you see, like I set the screen, I see my guard's open. I think he might shoot that shot. So I see him open. I'm running to the paint for the rebound. He don't shoot it. So what do? I wait a second. I'm like, is he going to be open? He's not going to be open. Boom. I come out, set the second screen. And remember, I told y'all, man, anytime your defender steps up on the same level as you, anytime both defenders are on your hip, you're out of there. Look, boom, gone. You see that, chat? That's how you do it. And also, remember, I told you double tap R2 for that speed boost. You're going to see me activate it. Anytime you ever see my hands up right here, whenever you do that, that means you're doing a spot finder, bro. And that means you're going to be speed boosting to the basket. That's the most optimal way to slip the picks. And this, let's see what this one is, bro. Boom. So I'm sitting still, and see how I'm flipping these hips, yo. Look, it's not the game doing it. Like I set the screen here. I flip the hips again. And look, I flip the hips again till I finally make contact. Let that brick wall work. And then look, that help defender steps up. Out of there. Boom. Guard shoots a wide open, misses it, and because I read the screen the right way, I'm still getting a rebound, man. So the guard's shooting, I'm wide open in the paint. You guys know the vibe. Here's the last clip, man. I don't think it's much to break down. Yeah, look, the anticipation, bro. I know the defender's going to come this way. I set up right before he gets there, anticipate the defense, good screen animation, and I'm out of there, man. So, hey, I appreciate y'all turning up to the channel, man. I'll be posting every single day, but we always do this before the video ends, man. I love y'all, bro. Take me serious when I say this, man. If you feel depressed in your life, you feel anxious, you feel like there's a empty hole in your heart that you can't fill no matter what you do, like whether you be playing video games, whatever habit you got, man, listen, Jesus Christ has some solutions for y'all, man. I think God is good all the time, and I know the world is hard on Jesus Christ. I know the world is hard trying to have a relationship with God, bro, but take it from me, man. I understand there's hypocritical Christians, and I understand that a lot of this world kind of puts obstacles in the way, bro. But if you tap in and really go read John 15. John 15 is my favorite verse from the Bible, and it goes to show that you could do anything in the world within God, bro. Like if you're with God and you follow Christ, you pick up your cross every day, you're gonna bear fruit, man. He's gonna take care of you, bro. He's gonna prune the hedges. You know what I mean? If you read John 15, you'll understand what I'm saying, bro. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all. Besides the point, though, bro, as a stretch big man, 2K26 is tough, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. This game is so fun to shoot on, bro. This is a shooter's game, and you guys got to realize, man, if you're rocking with the Hall of Fame set shot, or a legend set shot, or even gold, man, and you're 7 foot big, 7'4", a lot of your shots are going to be open, man. I know, like, when you first become a shooting popper or a shooting center and you've been playing inside for a while, and you're not used to shooting the ball, man, but let me tell you guys something, bro. Use the rhythm shooting and make sure you shoot the ball when you get it, man. You're going to realize you're a lot more open than you think, bro, because you guys know when you go into a solo rec, you pass your teammates the ball and they don't shoot it sometimes, and the whole time you're like, bro, you're wide open. Don't let that be y'all, man. Make sure when you get on this pop or you get in this stretch big, turn up and shoot the ball, bro. But please, man, just because you're a popper, don't always pop to the 3-point line. when you set your screens, don't always go to the three-point line, bro. I feel like being a popper and being a very good stretch big is kind of like the sprinkles on a cupcake, bro, or the chocolate sprinkles on a vanilla ice cream cone, bro. Like the ice cream cone, the cupcake, bro, is literally you being a center. You still got to set good screens. Trust your guards. If your guard says go pop or go slip, just listen to your guard. Trust your guards. Be a team player. Do everything on the court to help your team win. And additionally, now since you can shoot, if you play with good players around you, bro, you'll be able to spot up, pop off a picks, and shoot the ball. But just because you're a popper, guys, please, man, don't always pop off the screens, bro. Your main job is to still slip the screens and get the rebounds. But being a popper can stretch the floor out. It just depends on the scenario, bro. If you're a solo rec player, I definitely recommend you make a popper. And most of the time, bro, in solo rec, this is the sad truth, man. I know a lot of you guys play solo rec. I know a lot of you guys kind of deal with that every day, bro. When you're a center and you go to set your point guard to screen, bro, you know damn well the shooting guard setting a screen, the power forward setting a screen, and you're setting a screen. So honestly, sometimes put the shooting on your build, and sometimes you just gotta spot up, man. Sometimes you just gotta get in where you fit in, bro. Try to be a good center. Try to do the disciplinary actions of a center. But sometimes if you're playing solo rec, man, just pick a corner, spot up, and the big that's guarding you, bro, he's gonna drop to the paint a lot, bro. You're gonna get 20, 30 points off of sitting in a corner on a popper and solo rec a lot of the time, man. So don't let it phase you, man. If the guards are setting screens and all this troll shit's happening to you in a rec, bro, just keep your mental focus and just do what you got to do, man. Adjust and play the game how it's given to you, bro. But all right, man, without further ado, let's get into the gameplay, man. Let's go. The first tip of the video, man, and this applies to everybody, solo rec players especially, man. So on a stretch big, look what you could do, bro. So remember, your space on the floor. Your number one priority outside of getting a guard open and setting your screens is spacing the floor, bro. So you can see on the court, where's the open space? The open space is top of the key, man. So a lot of the times, I know you guys in the rec, I know a lot of you guys want to run around, try to dex around, get open. Bro, I'm telling you, you will get so many buckets. Like, you will get so many free shots by standing still. Because I'm in a competitive 5v5 game right now. This is a complete matchup. They know I can shoot. And because I find look, we're all jumbled up. Because I find the open space on the court, the defense sags off. And because the defense sags off, chicken. And here's the other tip too, bro. Remember, you're a 7-foot center, probably using Jonathan Isaac base. When you go to shoot this shot, you're thinking, okay, I probably shouldn't shoot it because I'm contested. Whole time I shoot that, what does it say in that corner right there? Open. You want to know why it's open? Because when I pull the shot, look at where the ball is released. Hold on, here comes. Ready? Boom. Look at where his hand is, and look at where the ball is, okay? You got to remember, the guy guarding you is not a perimeter defender. You're either getting matched up against a 7-footer in the rec, or just another center in general that their perimeter defense maxes out at 62. So unless they full out jump at you and get lucky, it's always going to be a light contest or open, bro. So if you're ever if you ever see this much space to the point where the dude's at the foul line sagging off on you, bro, don't think about it. Just pull that shit. If you do this every game, you will get at least 1 to 2 open threes extra, like throughout the game, bro. So this is really good for the solo rec players. You see how I got the ball at like the mid-range line? You're going to get the ball in weird spots sometimes, bro. And I promise you, I don't know what it is, bro. But the other centers have something called paintinitis. And what happens is they just want to sit in the paint and guard everything underneath them. So look, if you ever get the ball in the mid-range, bro, you can always literally just walk it back, bro. Walk it back and stroke that motherfucker. We back at the my court for this one. And listen, if you take any tip from this video, this is the one you want to hear. And I mean, this is truly an actual gameplay mechanic that will get you so many open shots, man. No matter the game mode, no matter the situation. If you catch the ball and you're not open, you need to do this every single time before you try to dribble or pass, because it gets you so many free threes, man. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about already, go to your animation store, buy the Kobe Bryant triple threat style. And if you catch the ball and you ever catch it and you're not open, get into the habit of doing this. I do this every single time I catch the ball. Watch. So it works best if you're a foot behind the line like I am here, but all you're doing when you catch the ball is taking your right stick, no turbo, no nothing, triple threat. You take your right stick and flick it towards the upper left of your body, and your guy's going to do this jab step. Now, why is this so overpowered? If your guys ever press, like, if you're not open, the dude's on your hip. And if you sit there and do this once, right, and then you do this twice, I want you to watch my feet when I shoot this. Watch. Jab. Wait, hold on. Here it is. Jab, shoot. You see how, like, my guy scooched up? That's all you need in a game to get in front of somebody. So, like, say, imagine the guy's on my hip, right? You jab step, shoot it, and now he's like behind you to the side. So what once was a contested shot, you hit this Kobe jab, boom, get him on your back and shoot it every time, bro. I'm telling you, that's the biggest tip I could give y'all, man. Other than the mentality things, other than being like a real center or being a good teammate, bro. Gameplay wise, every time you get the ball, man, Kobe jab. Kobe jab. Make it a habit, and I promise you, doing this one simple move, this move will truly give you at least 1 to 2 threes a game, if not more, bro. I love the Kobe jab. If you're ever on a popper build, man, learn the Kobe jab. It's the easiest move in the game, and it's going to get you so many open threes, man. I hope you guys enjoy this tip. It's a good one. Yes, sir. This is for my dogs. This is for my real, true shooters, man. So I want y'all to understand something about this game we play, bro. Once you know your visual cue, like you've been playing a couple games, you've been playing on your popper for a week, bro, and you get comfortable, like you know, like the back of your hand, when to release that ball, like if it's the wrist flick, if it's like the ball hits your head, whatever it is, bro, whether you rhythm shoot, you square shoot, once you know your jumper, bro, just start letting that motherfucker fly, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. Look, I got a 78 three-pointer, Hall of Fame set shot, but look, bro, 78 three-pointer, bronze deadeye. I'm square button shooting in Pro-Am game mode, hitting 47%, bro. You see that? He's jumping at me. I'm getting foul called, bro. I'm on the floor with it, bro. I'm on the floor with it. I'm just telling y'all, bro. I wanted to add this part in the video to get y'all hype, to get y'all turned, and get y'all excited, bro. Being a popper is fun this year. It's fun to shoot in this game. This game rewards shooting. So if you know your timing, bro, start pulling some shots. Be a little risky, because you're only going to get better, and then you can start hitting clips like this, man. You could really start stroking that thing. Yes, sir. All right, one more tip in my court for y'all, man. So when you're setting your screen, say you're setting your screen on the right side of the court, bro, and your guard's about to come to the middle of the floor, or say the guard's on the middle of the key and he's about to come to the wing. When you set your screen and you go to pop off it, bro, don't just, like, when you set your screen to go and shoot the ball, don't set it and stand still, because what you're doing is not taking advantage of the fact that whoever's guarding you and that guy have to either follow him or they have to chase him to the paint, bro. So when you screen, every time, bro, when you screen and you say he's coming, say he's middle when he's coming to your right, bro, when you set your screen, immediately come to the middle, bro. Like every time, or like say if he's coming from the right side to the middle, when you set your screen and he comes around and he like drives to the paint, instead of standing still and waiting for the ball, bro, be productive. Always be productive on center, bro. Center is the most like min-max kind of position where you always got to be doing useful things when you feel like it's not being useful, if that kind of makes sense, bro. So when you set it, immediately run to the open space on the court, catch that thing, stroke it. Boxing out looks simple, but it's one of the hardest skill gaps in the game. If you want to learn how to get more box outs consistently and get around them too, this video is for you. YouTube! Hey, I appreciate you guys coming through to another video, man. If you a brand new viewer, welcome to the channel. My name is Ryan. I appreciate every single person who comes to my channel and wants to watch the content, bro. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys everything I know over the past 2 years. I mean everything. I'm talking like a certain way to maneuver around box outs, a certain control in the game to help you get more swim animations, how the box outs work, what part of the court you should be on, how you should counter people, the best way to get positioning before the box out even starts, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. If you're new, bro, you guys already know. We go into deep detail, frame by frame, and I give you guys the best information possible at the center position, man. So for that being said, man, y'all are turning up the channel like crazy, man. If we could go for 100 likes, man. Y'all are blessing my life, bro. Y'all were taking me to levels I never thought, man. So if we could get 100, bro, for the 4th time in a row, man, I love y'all, bro. All right, let's get to the tips, man. Let's go. First things first, what determines who gets the initial box out every time you get into these situations? Well, the thing is, I want you to imagine you got a big giant pull that goes through the top of the rim and touches the court. So whoever's the closest to that point on the court, regardless if you're directly under the court, if you're on the right side of the court, left side of the court, it's all relative to that singular spot on the court. So the best way I can kind of explain that to you guys, if we play this clip frame by frame, when we start this box out initially, look, he is in front of me to that rim. So if he were to hit L2 right now, he would get the initial box out positioning. But look what I do. I go ahead and I try to wiggle my body to beat him to that spot. So I'm able to push him out of the way. And because my body at this very moment is more under the rim than his body, look who wins the box out. I'm getting that initial box out position because I'm directly under the rim, which is the closest point to that pole, like that imaginary pole that will go from the top of the rim to the floor. And watch as the play develops how this changes though. So look, I'm under the rim, right? But as he pushes me out from under the rim, or I get behind him, he's boxing me out now. So not only that, y'all, the pull, like literally, imagine a pull from the top of the rim to the floor, even behind that basket, bro. So there's literally a pinpoint part of the floor that you could even get boxed out behind that point. So just always imagine directly under the rim, there's a pull, and you want to get as close as you can to get that initial box out position. During every box out, you guys are going to have to move your left stick to the left or to the right to try to get around the person boxing you out, or to try to counter the person that's trying to get around you. So this clip, I'm going to go frame by frame and explain what exactly is happening at the time of the court. I'm going to explain so you guys can visually see and get a feel for how this really truly works. I'm going to explain where I'm moving my stick and where the defender is moving his stick. And I'm going to show you how that dynamic kind of works. That way you guys can get into these games and start applying it every time you get on the court. So check this out. I start on the left side of the box out, right? So initially you're going to see me move to the right. So what did I do to do that? He's boxing me out, and you're holding L2 and just moving your stick to the left or to the right. That's how you do this, guys. So initially I'm on the left side. My thought process is, okay, I'm boxed out to the left. Let me try to get around him to the right. So I move my stick to the right, and as you can see, I end up over here. Now check this out. The reason I'm able to do this is because the defender either didn't move his stick or he moved it to the left, which allowed me to get the momentum to the right. Whenever you're doing this box out stuff, like seriously, pay attention. Because look, if you move your stick left or right, and then the other guy does his left or right, they kind of play off each other. And that's what determines if you get around, if you like get sealed off. That's literally what determines it. So check this out. I move my stick to the right. He probably moves his stick to the left. I noticed this in game. So what do I immediately do? He's probably now, at this point, he's thinking, okay, cool. Now I have to go back to the right because he's on my right side. So as he shifts his stick right, I literally shift my stick to the left. And because of the timing, look what happens. I literally throw him out the way. I'm instantly throwing him out the way because watch, he moves his stick to the right, thinking I'm going to try to keep pushing that way. And because I countered it, I get rewarded with this animation, man. That's exactly how you guys swim these box outs and how the dynamic works. So this tip is going to help you guys out in every game mode, in every situation. When should you guys box out when running to the rim? Whenever somebody's running with you. Right now, me and this purple hair dude, it's a 50-50 shot as to who could get to the dead zone first. I really, truly recommend you do this every time you're in a 50-50 situation when it's possible. If you're ever running to the rim with somebody, always bump into him. So check this out. As I hit him, as I get to his body, I'm literally tapping L2 to initiate a small little, I'll call this like a miniature box out, right? So as you run to the rim, don't just run under the rim and go for a 50-50 rebound where both of you guys are standing there, man. You can use your skills and use the like the more you learn how to do this, the more you're going to be able to do these little things that'll make you a box out beast, bro. So as you're going to the paint, watch, I'm coming up on him. I'm literally hitting L2. I'm immediately bumping him. I'm just giving him like a little love tap, bro. And that's all you need in these situations. Go through, beat him slightly. You get like 1 foot in front of him. Hold L2, quick box out, and then you could immediately come off of that box out. Now he's behind you. You're going to basically win that board almost every time. And the only reason you're doing that is because you're literally beating him to that pull in the center of the court tapping L2, and now he's sealed. So now I'm going to show you guys when to not bump somebody, when it's actually not to your benefit to go ahead and hold L2 on somebody. So when I'm running to the paint, you could clearly see the centers in front of me and the power forwards in front of me. I get absolutely no benefit for getting into this animation. My advice, bro, if the ball's about to hit the rim, never try to bump into anybody. And the issue with that is, check this out. If I would have just stopped right here, stood still, and tried to time the rebound, I have a fighting chance. But because I'm running to the paint and I hit L2, you know what I mean? I go in and I go for that tip I just told you at the wrong time, I get stuck in this animation, and because I'm stuck in this animation, the other center gets a free rebound over me. Well, would have got a free rebound if Ronnie 2K and Mike Wang made a proper functioning game, but that's besides the point. So there's some times where you should, when you're running to the rim and you're 50-50, bump him, then get it, but there's other times where the ball's about to hit the rim and you're late. Don't go for it. At this situation, it's not worth it. You're going to get stuck in animations when you could just jump for the rebound. Hey, man, when we break this stuff down, we break down every single angle and dynamic related to the tip, bro. So I showed y'all what y'all should do when you're running to the basket, what y'all should do when you're late to the basket. Now, here's what happens when you don't bump me to the basket. So my guard's about to shoot this shot, and I want you to pay attention to the person in front of me. He is supposed to box me out, right? So check this out. My guard's going to shoot this ball, and at this point, this defender can get in front of me, tap L2 like I just taught you, and prevent me from even getting to the paint, so the person in the right corner can come get the rebound and he boxes me out that elbow. But check this out, man. Look, because he didn't use the tip I just told y'all, I'm able to get to the basket for free. He could have literally boxed me out and prevented this. I come down and I'm absolutely horsing this shit. And the only reason I'm doing that is because Buddy here, Bozo McGee, didn't use my tip I just taught y'all and didn't box me out right here, bumped me, and got that little love tap animation and went and got the free board. All right, man, so look, now we understand how we swim box outs. We got to move our left stick a certain way while the other person's moving their left stick a certain way, and it's kind of like a guessing game, and you got to counter and predict where they're moving their stick. So what does it look like when you successfully swim a box out? Well, here's what the animation is going to usually look like 9 times out of 10. So you see how I'm on his back and I swim to the right, and there's 2 reasons I do this and I win this box out battle. The first reason is because I have a higher badge than him and he didn't do anything, right? So if he's holding L2 and not moving his stick and he has gold, the Hall of Fame box out beast, and I have legend box out beast, when I move my stick to the right or to the left and he doesn't move his stick at all and my badge is higher than his and my strength is higher than his, I'm going to pretty much win that 9 times out of 10, right? Or the other thing is, when I get to this box out, regardless of the badge levels, okay, when he gets in this box out, he might have predicted I was going to go left. Because a lot of the times when you get boxed out, people want to protect the middle of the court, man. I always recommend when you're on that elbow, and I'll show you a clip later in the video, but when you're on a baseline or the right side or the left side of the court, always try to swim to the baseline. Because most defenders, until like you play mind games and then they start trying to counter what you're doing. But most people with common sense says, all right, I should probably protect the most space on the floor closest to the rim. And that's always the middle of the floor. So what he could have did too was hold his stick to the left. You know, common sense says to hold your stick to the left so I don't get to the middle of the floor, right? But what he could have did was hold his stick to the left. And because I chose to go to the right, which I recommend you do, I always think you get better luck in less skilled lobbies going towards that like far side of the rim. But that's the 2 possibilities, and because he did one of the 2 scenarios, I win this box out. I'm really trying to turn y'all up with the tips, man. I just showed you what it looks like and how to win a box out. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like when you seal somebody on your back and they try to swim you and you predict where they're going and you counter them. There's an animation 2K gives you to show you that you counter them correctly, and I'm about to show you right now. So I'm boxing him out, and you're going to see the animation he gets. So check this out. You see how we're in the box out, we're fighting for position, and he kind of like almost falls over to the right, and he kind of like loses balance. That means in this scenario, when I box him out, he literally tried to move his stick to the left, and I also move my stick to the left, which counters out each other. So when he went to do this, because I predicted that he was going to the left, you see this animation in the game, that means you predicted right and you successfully countered his box out. Now it's time to take a lot of the tips we just learned and show you a whole clip of how I'm using them every game, man. So look, I'm the first person under that rim so I get that initial box out position, right? I go for that quick love tap I was telling you guys about. It's best to initiate the contact here every time. So go for that initial contact. I bump him. Now I'm jumping for the board. I kick it out, right? Find my teammate. And now check this out. Because he steps a couple feet ahead, in my head I see my guard shooting. Anytime you see a jump shot about to pull, you see a motherfucker about to pull, the first thing you need to do is, okay, how do I get under the rim? What's the quickest way to do it? So I see him about to shoot. I'm immediately... Look, he messes up by coming out the paint. There's no reason for him to come out the paint until I come out the paint, right? So my guard shoots it off the kick out. And look, what's the first thing I'm doing? First thing I'm doing, buddy just let this John come off his fingertips. And I'm immediately sprinting to get to that dead zone. Little love tap. Check it out. Boom. Free rebound. And a pro tip, man. If y'all want to start taking dunks up, bro, you see how buddy's on my back? Well, check this out. When I go for this green meter, bro, the meter's over halfway because the same way jump shots work, man. Whenever a guard hesitates, get you in a Kemba Walker hesitation and you're on his back, he shoots it, and that bitch say open. Same thing with the standing dunks, man. It's like a crab, but for standing dunk. One more time, whenever you're going to the paint, I always recommend going for that dead zone positioning. Anytime there's 5 seconds or less in the shot clock, I don't care what team you're on, what game mode, 3 seconds, 4 seconds left. The only thing you need to be doing as a center is getting that sweet dead zone position. So boom, I'm going to the paint. Check this out. Initially he's closer to the rim, but because I'm sprinting into him, 2K kind of gives you momentum. So whenever you sprint into somebody, look at how he kind of slides unnaturally. This is because my body is kind of bumping into him, man. So whenever you're running to the paint, you can low-key. It's risky because if he taps L2, you might be cooked. But you can low-key sprint into somebody. And look, I slightly nudge him out the way. And I do it just enough to where I can latch on right here. Look. Boom. I'm like, it's so close. But the game is saying I am like probably a couple inches closer to that pull going from the top of the rim down. And that is exactly how I'm getting this box out right here. And that's exactly how this game works, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, trying to put you in the game. And in the next clip, I'm going to show you guys the box out glitch. Yes, sir. This is the part of the video that I give you guys that secret gem for the real viewers, for the real supporters, man. I'm about to put you guys on the box out glitch, man. I've been doing this for years, and this has always led me to have very successful pro and league seasons, lead SEBA and rebounds per game a couple times, man. I'm telling you, man, this tip here, it is not on YouTube anywhere. I learned this from some random dude in a PlayStation party years ago. I've done it once when he told me, and I always do it. Do you guys remember the 2K? It could be 21, it could be 22, but whenever you would set a screen, you would keep pushing people. Like you would push somebody, like you would double tap circle, right? When you set a screen, and you would push them out the way, bro. It's the same mechanic, except for screens. That's the best way I could describe this, bro. So anytime I ever go for a box out, bro, I'm not saying this works every time, but you're going to see this animation I get. I'm going to let it play out. You see this animation where I throw him out the way? I quite literally throw him out the way. I don't got crash or take. He has the same box out badge as me and everything. But there's a reason you guys never get this animation. You get it sometimes, but not as much as you should be getting it. I'm about to teach y'all why, man. And this is why y'all fuck with me. So check this out. All right. The only difference between the whole video, I told you guys, you move your stick and all that. The only difference to get this animation more often, and I promise you, sorry, I put this on everything, bro. Whenever you box out, spam circle. Just like the screens. You'd push people with them screens back in 2K22 or 21. Bro, literally, when I'm doing this, I'm holding my stick to do the swim. I'm spamming circle. And because I'm spamming circle, it tells the game that I'm trying to push him out the way, man. Hey, I'm telling y'all, bro, you use that tip, bro, you're going to get these animations way more, man. And nobody, like, there's no videos about this anywhere. I YouTube searched it. I asked ChatGPT about this, bro. I'm the only person who's going to tell you stuff like this, bro. I don't care, man. If the casual community wants to start getting better, bro, like, yeah, I'm not always going to make tutorials because we growing crazy fast, and I'm going to make some gameplay videos. But while I'm doing this, while you guys are here supporting me, man, I'm going to give you guys, I'm always going to take care of you guys, man. I'm always going to give you guys the best tips I can, bro. And this might be the best one, bro. Start spamming circle when you're going for these box outs, bro. You're going to start doing this. I promise you, man. I promise you. Last tip of the video. Y'all remember I told y'all you get a lot of success for most people whenever you're boxed out and you actually try to swim away from the middle of the floor, rather than the like towards the middle of the floor, towards the middle, man. I'm telling you, this works best on baselines. You can still get countered if he predicts it, but remember, unless you've done it to him a few times, most people are thinking middle of the floor, middle of the floor. Check this out, man. Every time I'm ever on the baseline, granted my guy makes a shot, but we're talking about the box out. Look, they never play it, bro. You should get around him almost every time, man. And that's the best example I could give you guys, bro. So check this out, man. I appreciate y'all. I got one more message. If y'all rocking with the video, if you enjoy the tips, man, I'm telling y'all, bro, if we can get to 100 likes, bro, again and again and again, y'all making the channel go viral. I'm trying my best, bro. I'm grinding every day, man. I've only slept 8 hours in the last 4 days, bro, to do these daily uploads, man. I'm giving it my all. I love you guys, man. I got one last message for y'all, man. Let's get to it. Let's go. Yes, sir, man. This the part of the videos for the real supporters, for the brand new viewers that's been rocking with the video the whole way, man. You guys know I love to connect with the viewers at the end of every video, man. I want to let y'all know, bro, I am so happy. I am so grateful, man. We are growing at a pace of over 100 subs per day, man. I promise y'all one thing, bro. I've slept 8 hours in the last 4 days total, bro, because I've been up to 4 a.m., 5 a.m. with work the next day, repeatedly getting these videos out for y'all, man. Y'all are blessing. Y'all are changing my life, bro. The amount of growth we have because y'all just keep showing up to the videos, keep dropping a like, keep dropping a comment, watching the whole thing through, man. Because you guys keep supporting me and fucking with me, bro, y'all might really change my life, bro. There's a possibility, man. A real shot. We could get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of this month, bro. I ain't gonna stop posting. I don't care if I gotta pull a sleepless night because I can't think of a video idea the whole day, bro. I'm gonna stay up till I get that video idea done, and I'm gonna do that shit. Even if it takes me at 7 a.m. and I gotta work at 8, I don't care, man. I'm grinding, man. I'm forever grateful, forever dedicated, and forever grinding, man. I appreciate y'all, bro. Man, I just ask y'all, man, we could really do something special as a community, man. I talk to every single one of my viewers, man. I respond to every comment. Y'all pull it to the Discord. I talk to all y'all, man. I'm in the Twitch chat, man. We're having the time of our lives, bro. Y'all, look, bro, I've been trying to do this on and off for 10 years, bro. I've never had to run this special in my life. We could really do it. We could really hit 3,000 this month, man. If y'all just keep coming in, bro. Every single day I'm posting. I got y'all, man. Let's turn up. But the last thing I want to tell y'all, bro, most important part of the video, man, this is some real talk. Listen to me. If y'all feel depressed, bro, I'm being serious. Y'all ever feel depressed? You ever feel anxious? You ever feel like you might be hostile to people, like your family, your friends, your job, like you're being mean to people and you don't want to be mean. It's just the way you are, bro. You can't help it. You're burning bridges, man. You trying to escape your problems, trying to solve them, and you just keep doing all the bad things that you said you don't want to do, but you keep doing them because you don't know nothing else and you stuck, bro. Jesus Christ has some solutions for y'all, man. I think God is great. I think God is good all the time, bro. Regardless of what the world try to tell y'all, regardless of what the world's trying to do to with your relationship with God, bro, I need y'all to lock in, man. Read John 15. Google it. Grab a Bible. John 15. Y'all can even join a Discord and we can talk about it, bro. Hey, man, I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. You too. I appreciate you guys coming through to another video. It always means the world to me. So I'm going to teach you guys how to play defense as a center on this game. And not only am I going to give you my rating recommendations and badge recommendations, but I'm going to tell you things that actually matter. I'm going to tell you how to play on the game where you're guarding the three-point line and you're able to help at the paint at the same time. I'm going to show you guys how to get more lane steals, what you should be doing on the court at all points, break down my mental tips on how I'm operating on the floor, showing you frame by frame examples. I want you to watch this video and leave a whole new defensive player. I'm not going to tell you just like, oh, here's how you do vertical contest, or here's how you go ahead and block a shot. I'm going to teach you guys what I'm doing on the court to move around and guard the three-point line while guarding the paint. This is going to help all my solo players especially, and beginning players and even intermediate players. So all I ask is you guys go ahead and give this video an honest watch, and I'm going to give you my absolute best and give you guys the best tips first because I cherish your guys' time. I I love you. Let's get right into it. Let's go. All my recommendations to be a defensive factor is going to start with this, an 88 block and an 82 interior. Let's talk about that first. It gives you silver paint patroller and gold chase down in your tier 2 badge. So I believe this is the best all-around ratings for a defense in the game. I've used a 99, a 93 block, I've used 78 block, 68 block, and I found that this threshold is going to allow you the most flexibility and give you very good chances on defense, because you're going to at least be able to +1 or +2 depending on how hard you want to go. Pause. With the silver paint patrol, where you could get gold or Hall of Fame, and of course, you know, your tier 2 badges, you don't get many good ones, so you could go ahead and +2 your tier 2 chase down to get legend chase down. That's why I picked these ratings, and I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, as a solo player, your post move walkdown is going to be a huge advantage whenever you're in the wreck and you got all these old heads trying to post you down. I maxed out my speed and agility with an 83 vertical for a few different reasons. No matter what the speed and agility is for your own personal build, I recommend you max them both out, because it's going to allow you to play the paint and the 3-pointer, which I'm going to show you, but you need to be as fast as possible on defense if you want to be a real factor. And the 83 vertical, I'll show you right now. You go from gold, the Hall of Fame pogo stick, with this 83 vertical. And if you want to, you can go ahead and +1 your pogo stick to legend and give it a shot, but Hall of Fame is amazing as it is. I put a 60 steal as a minimum requirement for all defensive builds in the game. You have to be able to play a lane. You have to be able to get a factor, because if you're a center, you have the longest wingspan on the court. I understand you might not have the best steal rating, but your wingspan and your size allows you to play lanes better than every other build in the game at that rating that you have. And now, honestly, do I feel about going over 60 to go 67 for some builds, or 70? Honestly, if you're all in on defense, go ahead and push your rating from 60 above to you can max it out, because I feel like the attribute matters a lot for your lane steal success. On defense, this is going to help you the most out of any tip you're ever going to learn. This is called the sweet spot. What is the sweet spot? It is where you could help in the paint, but also be close enough to your shooter to be able to play a 3-point contest if the pass goes his way. Now, a lot of people would be sitting in the paint already to help, right? You see how the ball was on the right side over here? A lot of centers might go ahead and sit in the paint, and this guy is going to pass to the corner, and you will never be able to go ahead and contest that shot. But you can see I'm at the perfect point where if he hits a drop step, I'm able to go over and jump and help. But if he throws that pass to the corner, I'm able to get a little sprint, jump, and contest it. This is what you call the sweet spot. And not only that, you could go ahead and get lane steals out of it, but look at the movement. The movement is the biggest thing, and that's why I told you guys to max out your speed and agility. I don't care if you got 91 strength, a higher, like if you're lower weight, higher weight, whatever it is, always max it out for this specific reason if you're serious about defense. Because look, you're going to see I'm also too, remember, this guy with the ball, here's what you guys got to understand. He's not only looking at you or his defender, he's looking at his teammates sometimes, seeing if they're going to be open. So you see how I'm moving this way to the corner, and I'm coming back, and I'm going back and forth. Look, so when he's backing down, I know in my head he's probably going to take this shot. And because I'm close enough to the basket, I can help. So I see him about to make a move. What do I do with my movement to help him subconsciously take this bad shot? Look at how I act like I'm going to go back to the corner for a shot. And if you see the moment he does his move, look, I'm already turning my feet. I'm ready to go back, and he makes his move. And in his mind, he said, okay, look, this center is going back to the 3-point line, right? So now he's looking at his matchup to be able to see if he's going to be open on his take. And because I baited him in my sweet spot by acting like I was going to go play the 3, and that's what the sweet spot really does. It allows you to send mixed signals to the people with the ball in their hands. Look, and I was able to successfully bait him and go ahead and help in the paint and get a stop, right? So that's the sweet spot. And now let me show you how it kind of like the sweet spot will change depending on how far away the ball is to the rim and where you are on the court. As a center, when you're running back on defense, you need to be productive at all moments on the court. When I'm back, I'm not just sitting still waiting to see what happens. I'm actively thinking about my next movements and how I'm going to impact the floor defensively, because you got cutters coming down the floor. You got all kinds of stuff that you need to cover as a center, because that is your responsibility. You are the center of the defense at the end of the day. So here's what I do on defense as I'm coming down. I know in my head I have a high block rating and I'm a little fast, so I can play my sweet spot as they're coming down the court. Now, my matchup is the guy on the right wing coming down the floor. Please know that I have this in my head the entire time, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go ahead and help these cuts, because at any point,
I know I can go and recover on my guy and jump at a jump shot. So here's what I'm going to explain. I'm in the paint, helping, I'm being active, and the whole time I'm aware of where my matchup is, right? So look, at this point, I'm like, okay, this guy's going to try driving on me, but my teammates are going to probably come and help, so I don't necessarily need to be here, but because I show that I'm under the rim, he's probably like, so you see the PG, he's probably looking like, okay, I can't go take a layup, but the center's in the paint, so let me go and pass to the center. The whole time I know this, and I'm in the paint just to bait him into throwing the pass. So look, before he even throws the pass, you can see me already shifting my feet to go to the three-point line because I know that there's no reason for me to be in the paint no more because I know he knows that I'm going to block a shot, alter a shot. So I know he's going to pass it. So what do? As he's passing, you can see I'm already one step ahead of him. And as the other center catches it in the corner, look what I'm able to do. I'm able, look, literally by the time he's able to shoot, I'm jumping and I'm contesting this for a, let's see, like a third, it's a yellow contest, like a 30-40%. Now, hopefully this makes sense to you guys when I break this down, man. Like, look, everything on the court's with a purpose, bro. I'm conscious of who I'm guarding. And here's the thing. Sometimes you're going to do this when you start learning and you're going to make mistakes. You're going to get three-pointer shot on you. But I've been doing this for a long time, and this is my honest advice. You're allowed to make mistakes. When you're trying to learn this game, you're trying to improve, you're going to make mistakes because you're going to do things that you're not used to doing because you're changing your bad habits and you're trying to improve. It is okay to make mistakes. If they give up one three-pointer on the other end because you're trying to help in the paint and bait him into a shot, and then you go and run at the shot and you don't get the jump contest you wanted initially, or you were a step too slow, that's okay. Don't give up. Keep making mistakes because that's what makes you into a better player. Let me go ahead and show you guys a real example of how the sweet spot works in a real game. So you see me playing my sweet spot over here on the left side of the court. I'm in the paint because look, I know if I'm in this paint, I can still get to my corner, right? I'm consciously going back and forth. You can see my movement, right? I'm playing it. Now look, he decides to go ahead and drive. Now what do? I go ahead and commit this one time, right? I think he's going to take it because I'm going off of tendencies. Now look at my teammate in the corner. My teammate picked up for me. You guys got to understand that if you move your feet, look, I'm in the third quarter, 4 minutes left. You can't see that, but I can. Remember, my teammates now understand what I'm doing and they're playing off of me because I've been willing to help on defense, and you got to trust your teammates a little bit too. So I go ahead and I front his drive, right? And I get back over to the paint, and because I'm playing a sweet spot, I was able to cut off this initial drive, and then my teammate was able to go based off of my defense, cover that, and they end up in a bad take. The whole point of your defense is to create as much confusion and chaos on the defensive end of the court. So if we let this clip play out, you're going to see that I'm guarding my man on the cut, and look, I front the paint. And because I've been playing sweet spot the entire game, I'm in the fourth quarter at this point. I've been jumping at a few shots. I've been letting them pass to the corner. I've been jumping to the corner. So I took a risk. I decided to go ahead and show my aggression on this sweet spot play, and I go over to the paint and I jump. And because I do that, I get rewarded with a bad bailout pass. Your whole objective is to not only play the paint and still guard your shooter, but the more aggressive you are and the better you get at this, now the offense is going to second question themselves. They're going to be like, wow, he's actually playing the paint, and I wasn't expecting him to play the paint because he didn't play the paint the last time. So now they're going to do panic passes. You're going to create a lot of turnovers and a lot of easy bad shots on the other end, simply due to you being willing to move your feet on defense like I'm exactly showing you. Just another example of how I'm coming down the court, being conscious of all the players and how I'm playing a sweet spot. Now listen, I know I can always get to this corner, but because I'm sitting in this lane right here in this specific spot, what can I do? If he passes to the paint, I could go help. If he passes to this guy in the three-point line, I'm there to contest. If he throws any pass, I'm able to get a steal because I'm playing the sweet spot in the middle of all the players. But look, because I show that I'm going to go help in the paint, and this PG probably was looking at me the whole time. A lot of guards in the rec just want to pass. So when I'm coming down and look at my player, this is the attention to detail that I give to you guys because I love you so much and I really try. Look, it looks like I'm going to go to the paint. And I know the PG, when he's coming down the court, I guarantee you he's doing nothing but looking at his players and looking at me and seeing how he's going to make his pass. So when I show that I'm running to the paint, he's probably thinking, okay, center's going to go to the paint. Watch what I do. I know he's about to pass because I've given him my bait. Literally, I baited him to think I'm going to the paint. And it happens in a split second, and that's why I break it down by a split second. Now watch how it plays out. He thinks I'm going to the paint, and watch what he does. He already, at this point, right? Look, at this point, he already decided the pass he was going to make.
And I know that in my head. So look what I do. I adjust mid to real time, right? And because look what I do. I spend an extra, it's only a millisecond, but instead of just running to the corner, I sit in the paint knowing I can recover, right? I want to sell it to when the guy gets the ball. He's like, okay, I'm going to shoot this no matter what because I'm open. And watch. Look what I get. Look what I get. And it's all because I played in the middle of all the players possible. And I showed I was going to do something. And I did the opposite. And now look, next time when this PG wants to pass the ball, he's going to think twice. Next time when this guy wants to shoot the ball, he's going to think twice. So now I can play more paint defense because this guy's going to be timid to shoot because I blocked his shot. You see what I mean? This is how this all works together. You guys are probably wondering, Ryan, why do I keep getting dunked on? And the simple truth of the matter is for 2 reasons, and I will give you a solid example how you could change that. I honestly am halfway through a tutorial, and honestly, if you want to do a vertical contest, all you got to do is hold your left stick back and hold triangle, and you're going to jump forward. If you want to do an aggressive contest, you push your left stick towards the defender and you hold triangle. So you can jump straight up and do a vertical contest by holding back on your stick and hitting triangle. That's the controls for the 2 different blocks in this game. With that being said, you guys are saying, Ryan, I have an 88 block, 84 block, even a 93 block, and I'm under the rim and I'm getting dunked on. It's because of your positioning under the rim. I want you guys to really lock in and pay attention to me, right? Because I'm going to verbally explain this part, but it should make sense to everybody the way I explain it, okay? Now, if you're directly under the rim, I don't care. I have a 99 block build. I get dunked on all the time, and the only time I ever get dunked on is when I'm under, like you see this little half circle right here? Like if I move the players out the way, you see the little half circle under the rim. If you were close to being under the rim, your defense isn't really going to work. Even with my 99 block, I get boomed on when I'm under the rim. So the 2 adjustments you need to make is to try to go ahead, and whenever you go to contest a shot, I will show you right here. Notice where I'm at, right? I want you to notice I'm not under the rim. I am on the edge of this half circle, right? And because I'm not directly under the rim, I'm on the edge of this half circle. I promise you if I was under the rim, I would have got dunked on. And you guys have all been in this situation too. And I know that you in most situations, you're probably looking at this clip like, damn, I would have got dunked on here too because this game is terrible. And do I agree interior defense needs to be buffed? Yes, but also it plays a part of your positioning. Notice where I go to contest, right? Notice, I'm not under the rim. I am around this half circle. So when I go to jump for this contest, this is what you want, man. This is why I said go 82 interior. This is why the interior rating matters and your block rating matters to an extent. And this is why your level of paint patroller matters. If you're under the rim, you're going to get destroyed even with the 99 block. I can attest to that because I've experienced it over the past couple weeks. But look, I jump not under the rim. I jump around the rim. And because I do that, if he did, and my teammate didn't block it, please pay that he didn't block it. He missed this. He had a very small meter because I was in the best position where the game registers a contest. Under the rim, I'm not getting a contest. But beside the rim, I'm getting a contest. I love you guys. I hope this one really helped. Let me finish the video up by doing the steal lanes. Now this ties into doing sweet spots and also ties in for you being back on defense. A lot of you guys are like, when you're running down the court, you're probably thinking, okay, I'm going to get ready for defense. When I'm running down the court, I'm playing defense. In my mind, I'm thinking, here's all the players on the court. This guy likes to throw passes down the court. How can I position myself to get steals? How can I impact my team? You playing a steal is preventing another teammate from getting backdoored, like your extra line of defense. Now, this guy backdoors, right? It's a very bad pass. But because I'm the first one back on defense, I could play this two ways, right? I could sit here and I could go ahead and just guard the cut normally, right? But I want you to notice something. I have two-way tenacity under my player. You see it right there on my screen. Anytime you ever have a two-way tenacity, your steal goes from like a 60 or 70 to like an 85 or a 90, bro. Your rating gets boosted by a lot. I don't know the real rating, but I promise you, go ahead and start going for steals when you have all three adrenaline and time your steals. Don't spam. But because if you have a low adrenaline, your contest ain't going to be as good. Your blocks are going to be as good. So every time, I never want you to spam square. Do it every couple plays only and really try to like pay attention. Like only hit square when you see the camera starting to zoom out, knowing that he's about to pass. When you see him about to do a pass animation, feel free to hit square. Like you could be a millisecond late hitting square if you wait for the pass animation to make sure you're doing it right. And honestly, the more you play the game and the more you get out of your comfort zone, you're gonna honestly, by feel, know when the pass is about to happen and time it the right way. So I'm back on defense. I'm thinking, okay, and you know why do I run to the right side of the court? And the whole time I want you to understand this.
Nobody's on the right side of the court, Ryan. Why are you running there? Because remember, I told you I'm playing mind games with the other team. If I show that I'm not going to guard this cut, he's going to throw the pass thinking it's a free one because I'm running to the right side of the court. Right now, this PG, I promise you, this is what the PG's doing. He's looking at his teammates coming down the court, right? And right now he goes, okay, I'm running to the right. I'm not going to be able to help, right? He sees his teammate beat all my teammates to the rim. He goes, okay, that's a free cut. I'm going to pass it. Look what I do. See what I mean? I'm going to show you a few more examples, and I really hope this helps. One more big tip for you guys. When you're running back on defense, never give up. Like, it's easy in a situation to think, oh, I'm too slow. I can't get to a block. I'm not going to try as hard. Bro, even when you're running in fast break, when you're coming back on defense, if you are dialed in every single time and you're always thinking, what can I do to help my teammates play defense? Here's what you'll get. I could have easily gave up on this play, but because I actually cared and I actually tried, I got a block and I prevented a score. And look, I'm trailing the play, right? And I'm thinking, okay, look, I got 4 teammates back with the opposing team behind me. What does my routing need to do? I'm looking at this PG on the right side. I'm thinking, okay, these guys got to go play a shot because they're so far behind. They're going to have to be aggressive getting out there, right? I want you guys to understand my next move. I'm thinking, okay, if they're going to go contest a shot, how can I help my teammates with my defense? So I'm at half court line, mind you, and I'm thinking about this. Look, they go contest a shot like I told you. And look, because I didn't sit here and I was actively thinking, actively using my mind, I run straight down to the paint and I'm able to make an impact. And the only reason he misses this is because I have rim guardian take and I have a good paint patroller and he is able to get a bad meter. Like, granted, my other teammates played it, but I'm the biggest factor in this because I have the highest rating on the court with takeover. And instead, I decided to go ahead and apply my mind and be conscious of what's going on defense. And I want to go ahead and stop this video right now by saying, if this has really helped you, please, I only make one of these tutorials because I don't like to spam information and I like to tell you guys the most helpful tips. So please, honestly, if you enjoy this content, please subscribe. Please check out my other videos. And I just wanted to go ahead and tell you that I love you guys. With all of the tips I gave you, here is a real life example. I'm just going to let it play. I'm not going to cherry pick it, but I want to show you how. Well, pay attention to this clip and watch it back a few times. I'm going to let you guys do that at your own disclosure. But this is a very good clip of me playing the sweet spot, me playing the lane steals, me being active at every second, bro, moving my feet to help my team. I'm going to let it play, and I'm going to show you this. Look, so I go ahead, I stun at the ball. I stun at the ball. I get over, I recover. I go ahead and see my teammates there. I go play the lane. They get the ball. I'm thinking, okay, where do I need to go? I need to go to the paint. I'm in the paint. Now I'm playing a sweet spot. I bait him, and look, man, I play hands up defense. And another tip, 2 things. First thing is first, when you're in defense, when you're under the rim, just play hands up. And if you ever need to jump, do your vertical contest and try to time it when you truly think he's going up. Y'all do not need to be hitting triangle if you have good ratings. But look, the reason why he missed it, remember I told you about the placement on defense? Look where I'm at. I'm at that half circle line. And also, too, I have takeover. But it's another example. And this is how I'll play it one more time when it all play out. Look, I'm baiting him into passing. I know he's going to probably play up top. I see my teammates in the paint. I go get the steal. I immediately come down to the paint. I go ahead and bait him into a pass. He's going to think he's probably open. I play hands up defense, and I get my stop. See what I mean? I love you guys. The last 2 clips, I'll just kind of show you. It's just more steal tips. I mean, look at how I'm running down the court, right? I'm acting like I'm going to go to the right, and then I move my feet thinking he's going to throw it. I get the steal. Same thing. I'm coming down the court, being active, trying to help my teammates out. And because I'm in the right position, I get the steals, man. So I love you guys. That is my full defensive tutorial. I will never make a tutorial and not give you guys practical, real advice. My goal every single time I ever put out a piece of a tutorial content is to give you guys the most helpful information possible. I won't make a tutorial saying, oh, you gotta use your controls to do this and that. Like, you can find that anywhere. Where are you going to find a video where a professional or a pro level player is going to meet you at a casual audience and give you the biggest tip that will change your game practically forever, bro? The sweet spot tip is going to change the game for so many casual centers. And with that being said, if you've watched the whole tutorial, do me just one favor, man. If you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate you, man. I love all my viewers, and I try my best to show you guys love in the comments every day. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, hype, and comment just to get the video going. Because if you watched the whole video, I know you enjoyed it. You learned a lot, and it helps me to help you. I love you guys. See you next time. And I want to tell you at the end of my videos, man, I always say it, bro. If you're having trouble with your life, if you have no friends, if you feel like you're trapped in a box, maybe your family outcasted you, bro,
just know you always got a friend in Jesus Christ. You just got to take that leap of faith and get to know him. I love you guys. Peace.